that Joe. My re-up money secure. I got in, I got out. Giving all glory to God. Hold up, this ain't me. Tell me how we went from trapping to rapping on BET. Last week I told investing to the Kansas City Chiefs. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. They say trap a perfect mixture of Warren Buffett and Meech. No more shoebox money, them portfolios elite. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. I'm gone.
What's good? What's good? What's good, family? It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper, and welcome to another episode of Trappin Tuesdays, man. All right. So before we get started, man, I want to tell each and every one of y'all, thank y'all, because without y'all, there is no Trappin Tuesday. Without y'all, there's no Wallstreet Trapper, and without y'all, we personally have no purpose. All right. I got an idea in my head as we were sitting here putting this show together. I want to just first of all, let me just thank my people, man, because, each and every week I see y'all come in and work hard. And people always telling me, Trap, that was a dope show. So let me thank all my cameramen. Let me thank my co-producer, my guy Jose, my back office team, Benton and the squad. I just want to tell all y'all, man, thank y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. You heard me? Hi. For episode 186, I had this on my brain. I think that freedom is the most misused word in this era. And most people who use it and chase it have defined it under imaginary pretense. They've defined it in a way that doesn't really quantify freedom, but it does quantify escapism. And those are two separate things. They live in two separate worlds. And most people who want to get in the markets and most people who want to become investors and most people want to leave their job because they actually want freedom. But what if I actually told you that most people want to escape the uncomfortable just to get in a comfortable cage? What if I said that most people who want to leave their job, most people who want to start investing and want to build their thing, only want to get from a version of uncomfortable to get in a comfortable cage? That's escapism. Because when I think about people who really were after freedom, the goal was to leave from a system that did not serve them, but suppressed them generationally. And the goal was to leave that system to find a system that liberated them generationally. Two different things. And when people think about trading, it's about, how do I get the money? And so oftentimes we are quantifying the level of freedom that we're after by how much money we make. And most of the times we are quantifying how much freedom a person has by what type of vehicle they drive. And a lot of times we are quantifying how much freedom we think a person has by what type of clothes they wear, what type of jewelry they have, what type of spouse they have. We are quantifying freedom by the things and possessions that a person have, not by the liberation that they've attained. And that, my friends, is what we call the illusion of freedom. We are quantifying a person's freedom by what trips they can take, what destinations they've been to. The illusion of freedom. But have we truly quantified or analyzed? Or what if I went a little further and said, what if we actually appraised a person's freedom by the people who they've set free? What if we quantified, or what if we analyzed or appraised a person's freedom by their happiness? What if we quantified or analyzed or appraised a person's freedom by their ability to give opportunities to those who follow their bloodline? Because when I think about our ancestors and forefathers and foremothers, their freedom wasn't necessarily tied to money. It was tied to their ability to have opportunity for those who follow. And I get it. You might say, well, Trap, we living in a different time and, and all these other things, but I will object. My objection is, you may not be picking cotton, but you may be helping someone else transform their last name. You may not be picking tobacco, but maybe you're adding to someone else's generational wealth. And so when I think about when people left one situation, they left one institution is the better word to use, right? So when they left one institution, the idea of leaving the institution was to get somewhere that you can replicate not that institution, but that way you can do something for self. Self-sufficiency, not dependency. So what is the idea of freedom if you're gonna leave one institution to only be dependent on another? Where is the self-sufficiency? Where is the interdependence on one's own ability to produce liberation? The illusion of freedom. And I think about when I see people say, I want to be an entrepreneur, and you say, why? You say, because I don't want to work for nobody else. Illusion of freedom. When I think about people saying, I want to invest and trade, why? Oh, so I could be the first millionaire in my family. Cool, but what's next? Because we already know that you can run through $1 million faster than you made it. Illusion of freedom. So my question is, what is the purpose of the liberation outside of the material things? What is the new concept that bridges into a new construct? Okay, so when I think about the illusion of freedom, I ask myself this question, Trap, why is it necessary that you do certain things that you do when it comes to building a business and investing and philanthropy? Oh, I get it. It's because I have a daughter who I want her to have opportunities. I want her to be, listen to what I'm about to say here, I want her to be privileged but not entitled. Privilege, having the access to. Entitled, thinking I'm supposed to have it regardless. But I also want to give her exposure to something that has nothing to do with money. I want her to understand that there's a blessing in having the opportunity to build something for the people that come behind you, because everybody won't have it, and you can be a service to someone else, not sell the illusion of freedom. I get it. Nah, Trap, I need the $1 million. Well, what happens when the $1 million just make you a rich slave? Because if you get the million, then you can spend the million, and then you need another million. But what if you got the million and didn't need the million, and the million just became the collateral for someone else's freedom? What if you could use the million to leverage for someone else's freedom? So, Trap, like explain that to me. Well, what if the million that you had only ensured that other people would be free outside of you? I want you to think about humility here. I get it, man. Trap, you taking me somewhere else. Because the whole while I thought about it, because I wanted to be the first generation millionaire, Trap. I wanted to be this, Trap. I wanted to be the one that changed my family name to an asset. But what if I told you you could change your family's name to an asset and still not be free? Nah. That's not real, Trap. Like, there's no way possible. Asset equals freedom. Assets equal wealth, Trap. Assets equal, I can do what I want to do, Trap. Well, I beg to differ. Because what if the assets what if the assets didn't give you the ability to ascertain what was necessary to understand the rules to play by the game? See, in order to win at the game, you must understand the rules to play by. And so assets can be taken away from a person who doesn't know the power of them. Assets not applied correctly become liabilities. Just like money inappropriately used will be lost. A person that doesn't know how to leverage the asset becomes the liability. A person that does not know how to leverage the asset cannot attain freedom, only the illusion of it. A person that doesn't understand how to position the assets only becomes the person whose famous statement will always be, I remember when. A person that does not understand the power of the assets will only become a person that uses the term, I used to. So just the idea of the assets doesn't position you for freedom. The idea of the assets positions you to be taken advantage of. I know, man, Trap. So this message is not to motivate or inspire you. I want this message to challenge you. I want this message to provoke you. I want this message to challenge everything that you've already thought about freedom and push you into this uncomfortable space to make you ask yourself, am I after just the illusion of freedom, or am I really after freedom? I want you to embed that. I want you to ask yourself everything that what you thought freedom was. Is it just an illusion? Is it an idea that you formed? And I'm not saying nothing is wrong with the idea that you formed, but here's what you really have to understand. After you leave, does the freedom get inherited, or does just the material get inherited? Does the freedom get inherited? Meaning, does the privilege get inherited? Does the opportunity get inherited? Does the mindset get inherited? Does the blueprint get inherited, or just the things? Because I can promise you, if it's just the things, they'll be gone before your body get cold. If it's just the things, then the generation that you leave it to won't understand the power that you've given them. If it's just the things, I promise you, the generation that you leave it to it'll get taken from them. I promise you, if it's just the things, that's all they will remember. But if it's deeper, if it's real freedom, it's the thing they'll fight for. We all forget the illusions at some point in time. Watch this. But we never can forget the opportunity somebody gave us. We can all forget the things at some point in time. At some point in time, the things get old because we want new things. But the opportunities will never be forgotten because every opportunity given can lead to another one. And that's how you pass on freedom so someone else can inherit the freedom and not just the illusion of it. So I want this message to challenge you. I want this message to provoke you. The illusion of freedom. Are you chasing a facade? Are you chasing an idea that someone else painted to you? And I'm not gonna lie, I've been there before. There was a moment in my life where I was like, yep, I want all this, I want that, I want this, I want that, because that was the idea that someone painted to me. And that illusion of freedom only made me a slave to someone else's system. And I had to take a step back to realize there's a reason that somebody wants to paint a picture to you, because they understand that as long as you have the illusion of a thing, you can never catch an illusion. I'm gonna say that again. So I'm gonna say that again. There's a reason why a certain program and an idea and a picture of freedom is painted. Because you can never catch an illusion. It's not real. It doesn't exist. It's a mirage. It's a facade. It's an illusion. But real freedom can be attained. Real freedom is always fought for. Real freedom is always willing to be bled for. Real freedom changes a family. Real freedom changes an idea. Real freedom. Real freedom. And so this message is designed to provoke you. This message is designed to push back on the idea that you had. This message is a message for those who are willing to be bold enough to say to themselves, I had it wrong. Episode 186, The Illusions of Freedom. Let's get to it, bruh.
Ooh, hold up, I ain't hit the crowd. We ain't get the crowd.
We hit the crowd earlier. Let me walk back. Jose, golly, dog.
I'm so used to hearing the crowd before you walk back there.
Nah, man.
Man,
how we
dog,
feeling?
when you said, hold up.
Huh?
Oh my God, the illusion of freedom only made me a slave to somebody else's system?
Come on.
Freestyle.
Somebody else's system.
Freestyle.
Somebody else's system, bro. Somebody else's system. You gotta realize that, dog. Like, I was thinking about that, and I was like, I had to ask myself a question. I said, why is it do we chase some of the things that we chase?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it? Man, somebody in the chat said, I had it wrong, Trap. I love that, bro. I love that. But I had to ask myself, like, why do we chase some of the things that we chase? Why are we after some of the things that we after? Is it because that's what we really want? Or is it because somebody else told us that was the thing?
Boy, you better come on with it.
You feel what I'm saying? Like somebody told us, hey, this is what freedom look like. The whole while they playing a whole different game. You feel what I'm saying? They playing a whole different game from us.
The house, the picket fence.
The house. Bro, listen to me. I'm going to be real with you. Can I be real with you for a second, Jose?
Cat, 2 kids.
Can I be real with you for a second? Bro, I bought a 10,000 square foot house because somebody else told me that was freedom. No lie. Nobody in my... George, how big your mama house was? 6,200 square feet on 4 acres of land, bro. That's freedom.
Yeah.
Biggest house I ever been in, bro. Till I got my own, bro.
Yeah.
We on 4 acres of land, bro. 2 ponds, right? 2 ponds in the backyard. Me and George used to shoot the deer. Well, I used to try to shoot the deer. I ain't know how to hunt, but I would hit them, but they wouldn't die.
I can see George
They
all
just jump real
camoed
high
up.
in the air. George would laugh at me every time. That was, like, who told me a 10,000 square foot house was freedom? I never saw that before, but I'm watching the stuff. And again, I'm just saying it because who told me that? Is that real freedom? And I'm not saying nothing against it. What I'm saying is, when we ask ourselves about the things that we want, who is it that programmed us to desire those things? Or did we do it on our own? And I promise you, if we really be real with ourselves, we didn't initiate that thought process. We adapted to it. We adapted to it. Because, bro, my auntie, bro, her house was so sweet, bro. 4 acres of land, bro. I used to love, we used to call it the big house. And it wasn't a fancy house, but it was the biggest house that we saw. We saw a building from the ground up. My Uncle Frank, 4 acres of land, she built the house. She was be prideful of that. Like, this is my house. I gotta watch her build it. Came from how big the old house was? 3 bedrooms or 2.5? That other room wasn't no whole room. 3 bedrooms, yeah. I'm just saying it was a small room. I couldn't sleep in it.
Wait, it was a 3-bedroom with 6,200?
No, the first house.
Oh, okay.
Before she got that house.
I was about to say, that's a lot.
But I'm just saying, like, who told us the idea? So think about it right now, right? So if we get on Instagram right now, if somebody tell you, like, they got money, right? What they probably gonna have? The people that we see, chains,
the cars,
the foreign whip, all the designer clothes, taking trips all across the world. And we gonna be like, oh, that's freedom right there.
That's freedom.
But we don't know for sure. We don't know for sure. Let's go a little further. Where did our definition of freedom come from? It didn't come from the people who were really after freedom. The version of freedom that our people really fought for, it got washed away with materialistic stuff. How? Because the entertainment world started saying, hey, let's go deeper into the consumer bag. I always say this to people, bro. When you think about hip-hop, KRS-One, Public Enemy, Queen Latifah, they didn't run out of raps, bro.
Right.
They didn't run out of raps. Somebody realized, oh, we can change the game with this. And then the game started changing. The music started changing. And as the music started changing, you got to think about it. How do you influence the people? Watch this. Watch this. When you take a person from their land, what do you take from them first? You take the way they communicate with each other away. Or you take their language away. Then you take their spirituality away. You take their names away. And then you take their culture away from them. Well, music is a part of no matter where you go to, music is a part of a people's culture. If you go to China, they got a certain thing. If you go to Mexico, they got Spanish or Latin America, they got a certain thing. If you go to freaking Australia, they got a certain thing. Well, if you go into our communities, and I'm not saying that our communities, every community has a version of it. Well, guess what? They understand that this certain type of music, well, who we gonna make the biggest, who do we need to be our influence on? Who can be that? Because watch this. I've never went, and I had a couple Chinese friends. I've never went, when I was, probably now it's different, but you didn't hear them listening to rap music. Nothing again, we grew up on it. My Mexican friends, their mom and them didn't have rap music. They would play their music. Right? Because that's how you, I was telling him in the Patreon about my OG in my neighborhood named Zero. He was a roster. All he listened to was Bob Marley and the Wailers, Peter Tosh, right? But hip hop was the only music that I ever heard, watch this, that sold us an idea of consumerism. Think about it. Even country music don't sell consumerism.
No, that's real.
Rhythm and blues, the old school, B.B. King, that didn't sell consumerism. The ballroom music that didn't sell consumerism. Bluegrass music don't sell consumerism. Hip hop became the first genre of music that sold consumerism. And that's not by default. Because once you start realizing what pushes the machine. Now, how do I push the narrative? Okay, what do you do if you go take a poor black kid out of the hood, give him some money, and then say, hey, what are all the things that, just rap about this, rap about, and you, so that's why the idea of the illusion of freedom. Whose narrative and programming have we bought into?
Who told you was naked?
Because if you think about what freedom really was, it had zero to do with materialistic things. It had everything to do with leaving one institution to be self-sufficient. Watch this, so that I can give mine our own. It was never about how much money in the bank. It was never about who had the biggest house. And if you go back and think about it, watch this. They were really happy with small houses with a lot of land. Give me the small house, but give me the big land. Now, I can guarantee you could get somebody right now and be like, yo, would you take this 40 acres in this 3-bedroom house, or would you take this 10,000 square foot house with the pool in the back, with the thing, but it's only on a half an acre of land? They're gonna say, hey, give me the house.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the big dog. 7 out of 10 people will take that. Because the illusion.
My granddaddy had so much land out in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, and we all, like all of my aunts, and they just got houses on that joint. But of course, they sold it. But
Yeah.
just to think about when we used to run around that joint.
Yeah.
Geez, the houses were small, but the land was vast.
Hold up, man. We got a couple super chats. Shout out to Nat. Thank you, Queen. We appreciate you for the super chat. Max B, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate what you do because you help me realize we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give.
They're going crazy. Let's go.
That's it, bro. Want us to just think about that, dog, for a minute, bro. Just think about that for a minute. That's why I say tonight wasn't about the motivation. It wasn't about the inspiration. Tonight, I want to provoke you. I want to provoke you out the gate with the idea of, bro, like, what are you really doing this for? What are you really fighting the market for? What are you really, trying to become a millionaire for? Is it for people? Because I can promise you, if that's the reason why you doing it, bro, like, I told myself, dog, this is the other day, I told myself something, bro. I said, man, you know what, bro, like, because lately, bro, I just been like, I got to give a shout out to Pastor Darius and the sermon that he had Sunday. I think everybody should go watch it. If you truly believe in just something bigger, something greater, something, there's certain messages that I feel are just life-changing messages. And, I've been in my bag. I've kind of been like this for the last 3-4 years. 3 years for sure. That I've really been adding God to the message ever since we went on tour.
Mm-hmm.
And I started adding God to the message. And I just feel like certain things come out me at different moments in my life. And I feel like part of me battles with it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like part of me battles with the version of me that is like embracing like certain stuff that God doing in me. Like, nigga, I'm trapped, nigga. Like, nigga. But then part of me like, nigga, you 43, nigga. Who cares, nigga? Like, keep walking in the thing, keep getting closer to him. And so I was thinking about something after this service he had Sunday. The name of the service is Garden Prayer. Garden Prayer, bro. And he talks about how. So I remember I had this conversation with you and Benton. We were talking about it earlier, right? But what he says in this thing is, he talks about how he put Jesus in this position. I'm gonna say a juxtaposition, which means you're between two things. He put Jesus in this position that a lot of people theologically have never looked at. He put Jesus in a position where Jesus is vulnerable. And we never really seen Jesus be vulnerable like this. And he talks about how vulnerable Jesus was, but how also Jesus became frustrated and he had anxiety and he was stressed and he was, and we never thought about that like that, right? And he just said one thing that really got me. He said, Jesus went into the Garden of Gethsemane frustrated, but he came out confident. And I said, wait a minute. I never thought about that like that. He said he goes into the garden frustrated. He goes into the garden. This is after Judas betrayed him. Now he found out he's going to die tomorrow. So he leaves the disciples. He goes to the garden. He takes Peter and Zebedee's two sons with him. He goes to the garden. He tells them to pray for him. And once he tells him to pray, he tells him he's going to pray. He tells them to stay with him. So why did Jesus need three disciples to come with him if he's Christ? Because he was stressed. He actually told them, watch me. Now, when do you tell somebody, watch me? When you know you're in a situation that you may do something that you don't have no business doing. And bro, when he positioned that like that, bro, I said, oh my God. Because I never saw that situation like that. Then he says he goes in the garden, he prays. He said a garden situation makes you have a garden prayer. But a garden prayer is a transformational prayer that changes something internally before it changes something externally. I'm a man that loves a good speaker, but a good speaker that can make me think. And I said, what? He said, a garden prayer is a prayer that changes something internally before it changes it externally. And so it's just saying, and he said, Jesus leaves out of the garden and tells Judas, do what you got to do, friend. And I thought about that for a second. If I'm stressed, I'm damn sure not about to call the person who about to send me to my death friend. Not only did Jesus betray him, he tells Judas, do what you got to do, friend. So that friend word says that he had compassion for the person who was about to betray him. Bro, think about what we would have to go through in our head. And I know y'all ain't come for this right here, but we're going to get to it. But I'm just telling you about a moment that I had that made me think about, damn, like, you could be in a garden season and not really understand it. So when I think about the garden season, the way he talked about it, it's just a season where you under maximum pressure. It's a season where you stressed. It's a season where you under anxiety. It's a season where you questioning why you started what you started. It's a season where you just feel like you underdeveloped. It's a season where you asking God, what is this going on? Right? And so for a garden season, he says you need a garden prayer. So I advise everybody, bro, just go listen to that message. Even if you're not the most, spiritual person, you're not the most person that's listening to that type of stuff, just go listen to it and take the idea of him being a preacher out of it and look at it as a keynote. Like, take the idea that he's a pastor out of it and say, I just want to listen to a keynote speaker for 50 minutes. And I promise you, it's going to make you adjust, like, the season that you're in your life. It's going to make you adjust the season that you're in your life, because you're going to realize that, in my mind, you'll realize that a lot of times, so I made a this message been on my mind so much, Jose. I made a post this morning that said, I made a post on my Instagram this morning, Jose, and I hate when stuff fresh on my mind and I can't remember what I said. But I made a post this morning that said, the only thing you'll get from quitting is a constant reminder that you gave up when everything got uncomfortable. I made that post this morning. Fresh off of my prayers. It was the first thing I tweeted when I picked my phone up after I finished praying, because the first thing jumped in my mind. The only thing you'll get from quitting is a constant reminder that you gave up when things got uncomfortable. And it made me think about how many times that my therapist wanted me to write this message down. And the thing that she wants me to write down is write down all the I am statements about you that you know true about yourself. Like, okay, cool. And the one thing I can say about myself is I'm not a quitter. I've never quit nothing. I'll endure that pain until I get on the other side of it. I'll be like, all right, at least we got to the other side now. Because I never want to adapt to the idea that I quit something and always think about what if. Good job, squad. The only thing you get from quitting is a constant reminder that you gave up when things got uncomfortable. Put that on the screen so they can see that. They can see that? Bro, that's so big to me. Because what are the things that we gave up on? When really and truly, that was part of our purpose. So what happens when the pain and the problem that you are currently undergoing is a part of the reason why you are here and you gave up on it? Think about that for a second. What if one of the things that you gave up on, and only you know what you gave up on, but what if one of the things that you gave up on was actually part of your purpose? And you gave up on it. And so now what happens is you're going through life and you cannot find your footing because you gotta go revisit the thing you gave up on. Right? Because if you give up on your purpose, bro, bro, I give up because stuff got hard, you'll never get your footing in life. And now you start settling in life. You settle, you're like, damn, bro, for some reason, bro, I'm trying this ain't working, I'm trying this ain't working. Because you gave up on your purpose 5 years ago. And you started to settle. You'll never find your footing in life when you give up on your purpose. And how you know it's your purpose, because it's the thing you cannot stop thinking about. It's the thing that keep haunting you. It's the thing you keep having a reminder of. It's the thing you keep feeling bad about. It's the key thing you keep asking yourself, what could I have done better? It's the thing you keep saying, what if? It's the thing you saying, I should have. It's the thing it's the thing you know that's going to impact the world. It's the thing that bothers you and you have regrets about it. You got to revisit that thing in order to find some type of stability. You got to revisit that thing to find some type of freedom, because if not, everything you do will only be an illusion of freedom. Now think about this. I'm going to use Pastor Darius some of his sermon, but I'm going to say it. I'm not going to take credit for it, but he didn't say it like this, but it's first cousin to what he said. He said that, bro, I'm going to say it, but bro, what if Christ would have been like, bro, I ain't carrying that cross? For the people that don't believe, don't even think about it from a religious perspective. Just think about, like, he was like, bro, I ain't carrying that cross, bro. I'm good. Like, I'm straight on that. All right, let's go even further. What if Dr. King would have been like, bro, I have a dream seat, bro. I'm straight. What if Malcolm would have never did by any means necessary? Right? Think about it, bro. Like some key figures in this world that were pivotal. What if these people would have never done some of the things they done? Like they would have never been, what if O.W. Gurley would have never bought the 40 acres of land that turned into Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, bro? What if you're like, no, I'm gonna keep my money and I'm gonna just buy 1 acre, that's for me. Like, even take it from that perspective, all right, like, because I know I believe in God and I believe that Christ is pivotal to where we are to be here. I believe in that 100%. But what if you're not that person, you don't believe in it? All right, cool. What if your mama would have never said yes to your daddy? What if that night they decide to just spoon? Like, we ain't gonna really do nothing, let's just spoon tonight. That's what I mean by we all called to something deeper, bro. Everything we do has a ripple effect, bro. So in that caption from this post I put up this morning, I literally said, bro, the world needs your idea, because you never know what your idea is going to trigger in somebody else, yo. You never know what your idea is going to do to help somebody else give birth to the next great thing. You may just be the part that's necessary. We all got a link to this chain, y'all. And with so much evil and so much conniving and so much resentment and so much like narcissism and so many angry and hurt people, you never know what your good gonna produce. So we need that idea from you, fam. We need you to go make that first options trade. We need you to buy that first piece of property, fam. We need you to start that business, and I don't care if you call it small business. I don't care. We need it. We need it because that gives birth to something else. We need it, fam. So the only thing you get from quitting is a constant reminder that you gave up when things got uncomfortable. And I just want to say this before we get into the rest of the show tonight. The uncomfortable, so much greatness happens there.
But I said the uncomfortable is the freedom.
Huh?
The uncomfortable is the freedom.
Bro, that's like, and that's true, Jose. The uncomfortable space, bro, I'm gonna tell y'all something, bro. Like, this building, and I'm just being, because of the vision that I keep having for it, I'm so uncomfortable, but I do not know how to quit it. It's like I got a toxic relationship with it. I got a toxic ass relationship with this building, bro. Because for some reason in my head, I know what it's gonna be as it come out, but for some reason it should have happened yesterday. Like, why it ain't happened yet? Like, financially, I got what it take to get it through, and I building a peak. Like, why I don't have all the people that I need? Like, the people who with me right now, they are great pieces to the puzzle. What are other people I need to do this in? Why I don't got this yet, and why I don't got that yet, bro? Why is it pissing me off so much that this thing ain't? Why do I have these headaches sometimes? Why don't I? But it's the uncomfortable feeling of fighting in the darkness to get. You gotta fight for the thing that you want. You gotta change. Watch this, bro. I'm gonna say this. Then we could go about our business. You gotta change for what you say you want, or you gotta change what you say you want. You gotta change for what you say you want, or you gotta change what you say you want. And so this building, oh my God, this building gotta first change me before it can change the world. Because the trap who bought the building is not the trap who can run, who can operate it at its full potential. So before it can change the world, bro, it gotta change me. So my ideas, my visions, my concepts, my morning routine, like, I'm adjusting everything right now in this season. This is my garden season. I'm adjusting so much of my life right now because this building has to come to birth. And the crazy part is, you can take what you want to say. I'm not about to say pause. I'm pregnant with it right now. And it gotta come out. How long is in the incubator is up to me. Or do I die with it? Because ain't no giving up. You can't quit the pregnancy. I'm too far along to abort the mission. You either gotta have a baby or you gonna die with it. This building has to change me first before it can change the world. Let's get it. My bad, y'all. Let's shout out our people right quick, man. All right, Jose, let's shout out our people, man. We got Chopper Fellas in the building. We got Nappy Lifestyle in the building. We got Dizzy World TV in the building. Max B, I see you. Carlson Desma. Marilyn is in the building. Shelly Booker is in the building. Tori Simmons is in the building. Stanley Denmark is in the building. SB is in the building. Terry Biles is in the building. I like that. In the building. Gutter was popping, family. Tim the Tech was good, family. L Smiley G was good. Stello76 was good. Doug Perry was good. Thank you to everybody for the super chat. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank you. King Me 305, I see you, family. Terry Biles, I see you, family. Drift, I see you, family. Angie Chap, I see you, family. Mr. Tonic 13, I see you. Carolina Blue, what's good, what's good, what's good, what's good. True Thorns, I see you. Sammy 901 Souza, I see you. Millie Hustle, I see you. Uncle T, what's good, brethren? Nathaniel Higgins in the building. Shockwave, what's good, family? Virgil, my guy. Will Mack, I see you. Salute, brother. Tamara Buchanan, I see you. T-Dub 4968, I see you. Jose don't like that I can slow this thing down now. Now you can't talk to me no more. Let's go. I can slow it down. Let's go. Money Mike 619, what's good? Carolina gave me. Nate, I see you, man. Mr. Monopoly. Belina, what's good? Love you, though. I see you. Stop doing that. Don't do that. We see you. Mo Ashley, I see you. First Generation Millionaire, I see you. Larry Morgan, I see you. DMTZ187. I felt like I was on an eye exam just now. I see you. Rudy Gentry, I see you. Yo Tori, I see you. Charles Young, I see you. Larry Brown, I see you. Guarded Money for sure. Hosea, I see you, brother. Davion, I see you, family. Shazam X, what's good, brother? As One As Me, I see you, family. You got that name on every platform, huh, bro? You in the Patreon, that's that. That must mean something to you. G Money 05, I see you. Gino, I see you. Pascal, I see you. B Twits Destiny, yes, I do see you. Fit Mom, I see you. Christina, okay, I see you. Horace Mo, I see you. GEV boy, Stu Gotti, I see you. Anthony Sneed, I see you. I see you, I see you. Jose, we got a clip from Make Your First Trade. They got what?
Bad music for YouTube. Nah, yeah.
Can we play it and then cut it?
No.
We need to play a song I use bad.
Yeah, it's on me.
We gotta play something I use.
Yeah, I got it. I just hit the button.
Let's play that right now then.
Yeah. Oh wait. Okay, now I actually thought he was joking when he said he had to go to the bathroom. So we gonna make it happen. We got a commercial break real quick. As my team is working on that commercial, I want to shout out to everybody who came to Make Your First Trade. Shout out to all the VIPs who came through. Shout out to each and every one of the Patreon trappers. This is one of those days right here. This is a different type of situation. You know what I'm saying? We might have to change camera angles out here while we getting it rocking. You know? I'm not, y'all talking about get on camera. I'm not getting on camera. I'm too far away. I can't get up on here. But while we here though, I need y'all to go ahead and share this out. Like, comment, and subscribe. Patreon.
Showing the Wallstreet Trapper. Patreon.
Bro, you seriously played that, dog?
First off, let me tell you what's going on in the back. They out there panicking. They is like, yo, 186 weeks. We ain't never had this before. So I'm talking to the people in the chat. They in my ear just going in. Jose, we ain't got nothing.
Come on.
You know
Man,
what I'm
listen,
saying?
I've been drinking a lot of water today.
We're going to play the Wallstreet Trapper Patreon.
I done drunk a bunch of water today, dog. That thing said, no, my nigga.
I thought you was joking. You said, hold on, we're going to play that while I go.
Something. Play something. Listen, I was trying to hold that thing.
Look, they told me jump on camera.
Jose.
I said, nah, we got it. I'm going to still talk to the folk. You know what I'm saying?
See the people saying, what the hell? I told you. I told you.
I'm going to put a poll.
No, look, I'm seeing it. Look, the people say, what the hell? I'm going to tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. I told this man, but sometimes you got to let it be what it be. Somebody said, bro, he really played that? Listen.
First off, I didn't play it. I made it, yes.
No. You wanted to play it.
It's supposed to be after
you wanted to play
the recession
I don't
portfolio.
care. You want to play it. Let me tell y'all something. Jose, the people said, what the hell? Let me tell y'all something. Jose sent me that.
Yo, they gonna be singing it all night.
I say, Jose, hell no, bro. Well, let me tell you how Jose is. He gonna go to 6 more people. Man, look at this. So now he done played the thing so many minds. It's in my head. Here's the Wallstreet Trapper. I just keep hitting.
Patreon.
Showing the Wallstreet Trapper. Patreon.
Hey! I promise you everybody gonna be singing that joint tonight. And the chat is still, shout out to everybody like, hell yeah, we love that joint. They just be like, nah, Jose, just for trying to be funny. They know that joint fire. Don't
bruh,
even.
I told Jose, I said, bruh. I say, nah, bruh. Not that. I ain't mad at the cartoon idea, bruh, but not that. I said, Jose, how you gonna go from a cartoon and the next slide is a triple beam and baking soda? We can't, you gotta change the tone of that cartoon and everything, bro. Just because you put a gold chain on a bull, don't mean
the idea was
it does not collide.
The idea was, you remember we used to go to the movie, they'd be like, let's all go to the movies. And the daggone soda and the popcorn.
I was trying not to, bro. What's Jose, man?
That's what it was.
Every time I try my best, I be trying. I say in 2026, I'ma try my best not to flush him so much. And he just provokes me.
You got to, bro. Got to.
Provokes me, man.
Well,
anyway.
60%.
Huh?
60%.
Said what?
Look, hold up. And we about to hit 500 votes.
60% said what?
60% said, hell yeah, that Joe fire.
Man, get the
60%. That 40 just hating.
Bro, you know what they doing right now? They really just don't want me to flush you no more, bro. And they think it's funny. But, bro, that is not... Look at that bull, man. Man, look at that, bro.
They gonna be singing that joint all night.
Oh, my God.
No, real talk, though. Again, I went through a couple of little AI joints to create the dude.
We ain't mad at it. We ain't mad at
Look
it.
at
Join the Patreon. Shit. Join the Patreon on the strength of the cartoon.
He got the money. He got the
That
money.
boy got the gold horns and everything, son. I'm not gonna lie. That's crazy. Somebody say, nah, that ain't it, Jose. All right, so shout out to my dog, Carolina Blue, who came in for the Make Your First Trade event, man. He got me this book, man. He wrote the book, man. He brung his son in. He's like, say, Trap, bro, I've been listening to you so much, bro. Like, I had to bring my son. Son made his birthday here, so that's amazing. That's how you know Pop doing the right thing. Anytime your son come on his birthday, he ain't no little kid either. Like, you know, he of an age, but he smell himself. So he was like, nah, Dad, let's rock out. And he was locked in. So that's good parenting right there. You know what I'm saying? So shout out my guy, Carolina Blue, for bringing his son, but also for giving me the book, man, Max and the Magic Hoodie. Shout out my guy, Carolina Blue, man. I gotta give him a shout out, man. Again, I never forget when I first met him. We was in New York. We were putting the billboard up, and he was like, "Hey, Trap, I'm on my last back, dog."
Bro, every time I seen him, he always the same. Like, you know, everybody know.
Bro, he just got good energy, bro.
Everybody know I had the gout. Every time I see, he say, "With them your bunions? Your bunions good?" I was like, "Nah, you know, I'm all right, bro."
So yeah, man. Shout out to Carolina Blue, man, for definitely sending this. This is great, bro. I can't wait to read it with my little one. For real, for real. So, yeah. Had to put that out to my... Oh, I can't forget, though, he put it in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
So this is logo,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, with the bag. So had to shout my guy out for that, man.
Yeah.
Had to shout my guy
And
out.
before we get to the mantra, 62% said, yeah, that jump fire.
Man, that shit's trash, man.
62.
62% say it's fire.
Yep.
Out of 2,500 people.
Out of 550 people
So
voted.
here's what we need. We need everybody to vote. So everybody take the time and vote.
Let's go.
Is that it?
Let's go.
That ain't it. The people just ain't voting. They just ain't voting. Because all of them hell no Jose's I saw. All right, man, let's get into our mantra right quick, man. Let's get to the mantra right quick before we go, man. Let's go, man. Let's get the votes up, y'all. I want to get the votes up now. I'll be damn. Because if y'all don't get, no, I'm not even about to say that because y'all going to make this, y'all going to do this to spite me. Look, somebody said don't ever play that again. I know they'll do it just to spite me to play it. If y'all vote, yeah, watch me play it every week.
They voted too. Shout out to the people.
They gonna run our new voters away. All right, let's get it, man. Let's get to our mantra, man. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I'm confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I'm more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me to that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will the generations behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper, and Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go, man. Shout out to ETTESOG12 for the super chat. I'm gonna tell y'all, man, thank y'all for them super chats, man, because y'all know for a fact, we don't ever ask for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all get those super chats, we definitely be appreciating y'all, man, for that. We definitely be appreciating y'all for that. 100%. So, what we got, huh? Show the people the money, man. Oh, y'all, guess what? I got my pen. Got my pen.
Yes.
Got my pen, dog. Got my pen.
I'm proud.
I got my pen because everybody on Patreon on our call this morning said, hey, Trap, don't forget that pen tonight, dog. We was on our call this morning. I was like, damn, dog. Like they don't forget the pen.
You know they
dog.
locked in.
Don't forget the pen. I ain't know y'all love me that much, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, bruh. What that is? Yeah.
What is you looking at?
Oh, somebody sent me a message, and they had the tweet circle. I guess they was looking for something, a job or something. But it was an old message, though, from when I was asking for a job. I mean, putting out there for a job.
I'm about to say, ask it for.
All right, so let's go to the hour. Well, we gotta do charting with trappers, right? Yeah, charting with trap. Charting with trap. Let me say something right quick, man. As we get into the charting with trap and as we get into the show, I just want y'all to know, man, that we really do this because we love y'all.
That's real.
And I know that people think, oh, trap, this, that, and the other. Bro, like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. My goal, and I've tried to sell the vision to the squad, like, as I have been just studying. Like, I see people like have a media company, say they got a media company, have a media company. But just because you have a YouTube don't mean you have a media company. It means you got a YouTube. Whether YouTube popping or whatever. Now, let me say this first. Bro, this is not me taking no shot at nobody. I'm not even on that type of time. If y'all ain't noticed, I'm in a different era of my life right now, dog. Like, I'm evolving. But when I say that, it's like when I look at somebody like Mr. Beast, that's a media company. Well, how is it a media company? Well, he gets more views on one video. I don't know why my thing ain't showing up, Jose. He can get more views on one YouTube video than people can get on a movie. Real talk, on a Netflix movie or something. And so that led to him getting a second season of Beast Games on Amazon. It led to, and mind you, people keep thinking, and this is why it's so dope, is because people keep thinking you need to have a podcast or you need to have something. I'm gonna just say this, bro. You just gotta get really good at content. And so I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm going to look for a content person. I'm not just talking about somebody that can create content. I'm going to look for somebody that can help me create stellar content. That's one of my highest. Probably going to pay them like 150 grand. Because it's not just about, it's because I do a lot of time studying YouTube, Instagram, but they keep changing it so much. I'm going to get somebody that can really, because bro, like, content is what separates, in this generation here, the content is what's gonna position you. Because one thing I can say is Trappin' Tuesdays has allowed us to build a great audience, people that come out every week to watch us. I love that, but I wanna grow it. And when you look at like Charlemagne, right? So Charlemagne, I text him all the time, I just send him a voice message. Sometimes he responds, sometimes he don't. I don't feel no kind of way, right? Because he'll respond when he needs to. And you watch what he's done. I tell him all the time, bro, I be like, Charlemagne, keep leading the way, dog. Like, there's a group of us that's watching you, bro, and we inspire. You know what I'm saying? My dog Chad with 85 South, they built a media company. How did they build a media company? Well, they built the company based off of, one, the 85 South show. Then they took the 85 South show and started another show with Nav Green with the sports thing. Then they started another show with the Queens with Poorer Minds. Then they going on tour, right? Then they got a movie, you know, they do stand-up, they do all kind of different things. So the media company is supposed to open you up to other things, right? And so as I watched that, and I watched Charlemagne doing so much, I'm like, yo, like, I really, you know, like, now Alex Hormozy is different. Like, he just produces content, but his content puts him in a situation where he can write books, right? So he used his content to write books. All his books became bestsellers. One of his books helped him make $100 million in a weekend. But then it also exposes him to business owners that, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm telling everybody on here is take the freaking content serious. If you're gonna do it, take it serious. And so for me, one of the things that what I aspire to do is build a version of financial education that doesn't just have to do with trap. So it's reality shows, it's all kind of different things that fall under the Wallstreet Looks Like Us Now network. It's doing so many different things inside of this complex. People don't like Tyler Perry, but guess what you can't deny? that I don't know if he a billionaire yet, but he close. He close. From movies that people say they don't like. Everybody always complaining. Man, Tyler Perry actors can't do this. It just get worse and worse. But every time he drop a movie, it's #1 on Netflix, or it's #1 on Amazon, or it's #1 in the movies. And he just keeps flooding us with the content. I never forget when we were talking to Master P, and Master P said something that was so heavy to us. He said, keep product because product outsells talent. Outdoes talent. I said, whoa. He said, keep product. Yep, Tyler Perry, $1.4 billion. Not a tech company, but movies and television. Not private equity, not basketball, nothing against none of those, because I'm glad they all up there. Somebody say, yep, $1 billion of black women. Man, I ain't got, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that was an insult. So that's his story. All right? He tells a lot of stories from his perspective of black women or the black women around him. Here's what I do know. He ain't out here telling us how to kill each other. He ain't selling us no dope. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Because guess what? They got a lot of people that's billionaires are selling us dope, or poisoning us, or killing us, or making it okay to kill each other. Right? So, remember Master P told me that though. He said, man, always keep product because product outwork talent. And from my perspective, what all he meant by that, shout out to my guy, James Lindsay, the owner of Rap Snacks. I could call the OG anytime. Let me see something right quick. Show y'all right quick. I can call the OG anytime. Let me see something. See if he answer. Let me see. Let's see if he answer. He always busy. He always coming up with a new snack. Let me see. It's gonna be good right here if he answer. He spent time with his family. I'm probably busy. He ain't hit me back. All right, but I say that to say that for when I listen to P say that, always keep product because product does talent. From my perspective, he's just simply saying like whatever you good at, pump a lot of it. Pump it at a high level, at a high quality. So I think that if you building a brand or whatever you building, man, like get heavy into it. Get heavy into it. You know what I'm saying? Get heavy into it. But that's kind of what I want to do, man. That's what I'm aspiring to do. So anyway, I just want to say that, man. Somebody say, bro, I got the Migos bag right here. All right, man. So anyway, let's get into it, man. We'll get into our chart of the week. Our charts. I might give us a chart of the week, man. That might be a segment for Rob or a Sean, man. A chart of the week. That might be a segment for one of them, man. Be like a meteorologist. And this week's chart of the week, put them on a whiteboard. Put them on a whiteboard, like have them set up.
You know I'm writing it down.
Have them set up on a whiteboard. All right, man, let's go to this week. All right, Sean, let's go to this. Oh, this week's chart of the week. We got set us. We got a high probability of maximum drawdown here, chance of clouds here. Think that'll be kind of dope, you hear me?
Pollen at 99.
Yeah, we got a strong consolidation here at 99 with a precipitation of we got a 3-to-1 RR if you go from here to here. All right, so I hope my Patreon don't mind me showing this because I think this is a perfect example of what I want to, when I be telling people we looking for basis. So Patreon, don't get mad at me right here. I'm not going to tell them what we did, but I just want to show an idea of something. All right, so oftentimes we talk about, I was telling them about, I was talking to them about bases, right? Perfect bases. So when you hear me say this a few times, you'll hear me say, hey man, let me say this again. As a swing trader, you're gonna look for certain things, and you gotta understand, like, what's the setup that you're looking for? And you gotta understand you only need 1 or 2 setups, and you just rock them out, right? You don't gotta try to trade every pattern. You don't gotta try to trade every candlestick. You don't gotta chase nothing. When you get really good at this game, and again, I'm constantly perfecting my craft. I'm constantly perfecting my strategy, and I've made millions. I've lost $1 million. I've got the $1 million back. I've done it all, right? What I can say, we've made a few people 7 figures. We've made a lot of people 6 figures. A lot of people 5 figures. We've done a few things. Some people have even lost 5 figures or more. All right, I've lost 7 figures. So, I've been a part of it all. That's the nature of the beast. I can't say we've won more than we lost, but as a trader, you want to look for something that you really, really like. You want to look for a setup that really, really works for you. And I haven't told the Patreon until recently, like, the setup that made us the most money. And it's been this setup right here. And I don't mind saying my blueprint because you got to master it. I don't care. You got to do it. But I was talking to my Patreon this morning, I was saying, and when I saw it, I said, man, let me just tell them. This is the perfect blueprint right here. And what this looks like is you get what's called the stage 2 rally. This is the stage 2 rally right here. Right, you'll put right there, Ron, at stage 2. You get the stage 2 rally, and then after the rally, you get consolidation. Right? And then after that consolidation, one of the things you're going to look for is you're going to look at the volume, and you're going to see that volume suppress. So when that volume suppresses, you understand that a lot of the supply is coming out, and so you're not meeting a lot of resistance. And so now what I will say is if you look at Friday kind of messed it up a little bit because you had that huge supply. Well, Friday was a sell-off. So you had some supply come in the mix that kind of threw it off from disrupting. But also I want you to pay attention how even when the supply came on the market, notice how this chart still stayed in the consolidation range. It still didn't break, right? It didn't break. And so you notice this is called tight. Listen to the word I'm about to say here. This is called tight price action, right? So tight price action is when the candlesticks get really, 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 really tight, right? You don't see a lot of this. So like you don't see a lot of this when I'm about to draw. You don't see a lot of this. Like you really see tight price action. So that's tight. That's called tight price action, y'all, right? And so there's a couple things that's happening right here. They don't see nothing? Oh. Yo, y'all can see, all right. So what's happening right here? Can they see the screen? All right. So what's really happening right here is you have an extended move in a phase 2, in a stage 2, and then this is an exhaustion, but you have small profit taking, but you also have some accumulating taking place at the same time. And what's happening is, you have some accumulating taking place at the same time. So what the accumulation is happening is you're seeing big dogs, you don't see it, but they're gradually buying, loading up because they can't go get 10, 15 million shares at one time. They can't get 20 million shares at one time. So you got to get it slowly but surely. And so then you start seeing the price just stay still. It's not making big movements, it's making small movements, right? So even with that sell-off, with that high volume you had, even with that high volume of sell-off that you had Friday, note that it still stayed tight in the price action. It didn't rally all the way down. It didn't like fall off the cliff. Now, it did clip the 20-day moving average, but that's okay, right? Because it bounced right back on top of it, closed the top of it Monday, and then jumped right back on top of it Tuesday. So this can stay here for a while. It's been in that price action for 21 days. It's been in that price for 21 days, which is 5, 10, 15, 20, which is actually 1 month of trading days, right? So it's 3 regular 7 days, but it's 1 whole month. So for 1 whole month, the whole month of March toward the later month of February, it's been trading in that price action. But I want you to notice something. Look at the big rally that it ran on. So the rally actually came from here. So rally came from here, right? So you had that huge rally. But so now what you want to do is you got an idea of what you can do here. You can say, okay, there's a bigger move going up, or you can say it can fall down. So what you got to do is you got to be really, really tight here. So you got one or two things that you could do in this situation. So one, you can say, okay, I want to do what's called how I want to call this? What I want to give this a name for? You could do what's called an early entry. But if you do an early entry, you have to wait. You have to do the entry, but you have to have your stop loss really, really tight. So if you get an early entry on this, what you would do is say, all right, Trap, like I'm going to make an early entry because I see the consolidation, but as soon as it broke the range, you would have to get out of it. Because that's a lot of built up supply. I mean, that's a lot of pent up demand in there. And if it starts consolidating and then falls out of it, you got to be willing to say, okay, I'm going to cut it as soon as it falls out of the range that it's been in. Or you can say, I'm going to go the other way and bro, like, because once it comes, here's what I will tell you. Because it's been so tight for so long, it doesn't take much to pop it. Right? So what happens is, let me give you an idea on how breakouts happen. Breakouts happen when price range gets really, really tight and all the supply leaves. So when all the supplies leave, you don't need a lot of volume to spike it out. But when the volume hits, it's going to run through the roof because there's least resistance inside of that price. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? All right, let me make it make sense a little bit more. So for every candlestick you see, there's buyers and sellers. For every candlestick you see, there's buyers and sellers. So think about every candle being an auction, right? Think about every candle, no matter what time frame you're on, it's an auction, right? Well, there's also a moment where buyers and sellers are bidding back and forth, but then the buyers start to outbid the sellers, but they buy just enough not to send the price through the roof, because the one thing the big dogs don't want to do is put people on the fact that they buying something. They don't want to put everybody on the fact that they buying it. What they really want to do is they want to load up on it. So now when they outpower the sellers, it doesn't take a big move. When they finally get all the millions that they want, it shoots up really, really fast. And now everybody is playing catch up. So now when you playing catch up, they can make it go to a price that they want and then say, okay, now that it's up here, now we start offloading. And the only way for them to offload is by you onloading, right? So now while they offloading, they selling you their shares, right? So that's the game they playing. This week in the class, I said, that's how orcas play with their food. You know what I'm saying? That was good, all right? I said, and we seals. We are the seals. Right? They the orcas. They the orcas, and they playing with their food. You know what I'm saying? And so, what has to happen is when you see those large breakouts happen, that's not one person. That's not me or you. That's institution saying, yep, we got what we want right here. We got our full position. And so what happens is the reason why you see the consolidation like that is because what they're doing is everybody that's selling shares, they're slowly accumulating them. That's why it's called accumulation. So they're accumulating shares, but they're doing just enough at a time. This is how smart they are. They're getting just enough so it doesn't send the price rallying until they can load up all they want. Does that make sense? Right? I don't want to be a seal. Trap. In this game, we can't be nothing but seals. We ain't got enough money. We don't got enough money, fam. We can't be nothing but seals right now. You feel me? We ain't got enough money yet as an individual. But anyway, that's what they're doing. So as people are selling, they're slowly buying just enough so it doesn't trigger the market, so they can't say, hey, you bought this many millions of shares. That's why you don't see it to the 13F come out and be like, damn, this person bought 5 million shares of this. Why I didn't see that? You ain't see it till it ran up already and it was too late. So they got everything they really wanted. And so why is it little resistance? I mean, why is it little volume? Because now think about this. For the volume, it's 567K, right? For volume, it's 567K. That puts them at, that's the average max volume. So because it's at 394K volume, that's what happens before a breakout. If you go look at companies, once they start consolidating, you see the volume dry up. Why? Because a majority, they've absorbed all the selling pressure. They're getting all that supply out of the market. So because they doing that, and you may have a couple people just in there like loading up, and then once you think about supply as resistance in a buying and selling auction, right? So think about supply not as supporting resistance, but think about supply as the resistance that keeps a stock from flying, right? So the supply is there. So once you get all the supply out, you start drying that volume up. Now there's not enough resistance to keep it from flying. So now once they hit that one, you're like, damn, that shit done ran up right quick. Damn, I missed it. Well, they've been accumulating for a long time. That's what struck my eye. I say, damn, bro, they been eating this joint for 21 days. But note they had a big old rally. I'm like, damn, all right, cool. So the second scenario is once the supply comes, once the demand hits, it shoots out, it breaks the all-time high, right? Or it'll shoot up and break to all-time high, it'll come back down and off the line of resistance and becomes new support, then it breaks all-time high again, right? But I can almost promise you there's a big move to be made in this one way or the other. One way or the other is a big move to be made right here. And so you got to ask yourself what part of it that you really want to be on. So I just wanted to show y'all that and show y'all what it looked like when I just wanted to show y'all what it looked like on a bigger time frame. And yep, somebody said it, and yep, that's it. Now y'all making me go into all my stuff, but I ain't want to put everybody, right? And so here's the cup, but the handle hasn't formed yet. Remember, for the handle, you need to do this, then this. So the cup has formed. That's the OG right there. That's the OG. OG, what's good?
What's up,
Can
my
they
brother?
hear? Can they
Hey,
hear?
you know Chameleonaire, right?
Can they hear?
You know Chameleonaire?
Yeah, I know him. OG, what's good with you?
Yeah, what's going on? I want to introduce you to him.
Oh, man.
I was on the phone with him. Yeah, hold on a second. Hold on.
Hold up.
Yo, Chameleonaire, Wallstreet Trapper.
What's good, King?
So,
How you feeling, King?
pretty good, pretty good. You said you called him. I'm in the middle of a long rant with James, and you called another line. So you said, like,
Yeah, we were talking
Oh,
about. I had invested in Elon Musk's company, and we're talking about the IPO. I said, Wallstreet Trapper just called me. I said, let me just connect to everybody, man. Y'all two good brothers anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I'm a chameleon. I'm glad that I ain't the only one that call him and rant to him there. That make me feel... That make me feel good. I call the OG all the time and rant to him, so that make me feel good, man. I appreciate that, man. Man, listen, I just want to tell you too, man, admire what you did from the rap game and then switched over, man. Pure brilliance, brother. Pure brilliance, man. I admire that, man, at a high level. So I just want to salute you on that brilliance, man. Not many of us can make that transition like that, as I'm inspired to do the same thing. But to see you do it, you definitely is one of them ones that I keep in my brain like, man, bro really went crazy on it right quick. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to salute you for that, brother.
I appreciate that too, because I feel the same way. When he asked me if I knew who you were, I was like, absolutely, because I feel like it's very hard to communicate with our people in a digestible way. You know, and I feel like you do a really good job of that, of breaking down simple, complex stuff and making it simple for people. Because, you know, sometimes our people need it in a different way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So, yeah. So seeing your, trajectory has been amazing also.
Man, thank you, brother. That mean a lot to me, man, as we try to just, push, the narrative and get our people on, bro. Like, letting them play this game. And the evolution will ultimately be, that's how groundbreaking what you did is just to get us in that level, because that's not easy. You know what I'm saying? So to see you get there is like, oh, that's inspirational right there. But it also says, here's what's possible if we dedicate ourselves and commit ourselves to it, man. So I definitely appreciate that.
Burned out though, because I feel like it's a lot of people that do stuff very visibly, you know, in a social media kind of world.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the people that I have conversations with that do that stuff, they like feel like, man, sometimes we don't get it, and it's a lot of that energy, like we're doing because I be trying to tell them and they don't listen, you know.
Nah, man, I love it, man. We in the middle of shooting this show right now, but I love it, bro. Like, because it's what I do. I know it's what saved me. You know, if I'm being honest with you, like, this what got me out of New Orleans. This what got me out of the street. This what kept me from going back to prison. So I have a love, no hate relationship with this game. You know what I'm saying? I got a love, no hate relationship with it. I appreciate the ups and the downs that come with it. And again, just looking at like where you went to, and I'm saying this wholeheartedly. I'm saying this honestly. Like, when I saw that, like when I was like, ooh, that's the level. Like, he just unlocked it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's bigger than just investing in the stock market by itself. Like, there's a whole nother level that takes us, that transcends us. And so now, like, I love the game. I love everything that comes with it. I never get bored, bro. Through the ups, the downs, the goods, the bads. Like, and I look at it from a perspective of being in the street. Like, I always said, like, I ain't never saw it. Like, in order for somebody to get out the street, you either had to get a big opportunity, go to prison, or get killed. Well, I can play this game with none of those happening.
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can play this game when and only the big opportunities ahead. I don't got to worry about getting killed. I don't got to worry about going to prison. I don't got to look over my shoulder. I could just keep playing the game, man. And so for that reason there, I got a love relationship with it. And I guess that's why I like teaching it so much, because I also know that when people hear my voice, it's like, oh yeah, I can relate to that right there. That's me right there. That's my brother, that's my son, that's my uncle, that's my nephew. So that's my friend. And so I try to, you know, keep learning, keep evolving, and keep growing, man, so I can just keep being inspiration to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope. I can tell by the way you talk.
Yeah, man. Don't get me started, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
Sure. That's some dope stuff.
So Trap, did you get into the SpaceX?
Nah, man, I didn't. I didn't, OG. But I would love to. I would have loved to. I would have loved to.
Yeah, SpaceX is a tricky one, man.
I already know.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. You know what I mean? See whether it's going to IPO or not.
Yeah, I think they think about going later in the year. He going for 1.5 billion on it, huh? I mean, 1.5 trillion. I'm sorry, 1.5 trillion.
Yeah. We were just saying, I was just basically giving him my strong take that Elon is playing another game where under the table he's playing another game than the one he says out in public. And
of course.
It's hard for people to see it. So I don't know. I want to take him at face value, but sometimes, you know, it's hard to believe. Yeah,
you know, he always playing with that Rubik's Cube. I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%. He playing with that. He playing a game that people don't even realize it. You know, he was on the going to Mars thing a long time ago. Now he's on the robots. And I remember him on the Joe Rogan show at one point in time. He was saying, like, once you unlock, and I never forget him saying this, and Joe Rogan was smoke because he got him to smoking first. And so he was smoking and he said something he said, once you unlock Pandora's box with this AI, you can't go back in it. And that was in 2018.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That was 2018 when he said that. And so we haven't turned around yet, man. We haven't turned around yet. So, yeah, man. We shooting this show. Man, I would love for us to get in a group text, and if you don't mind me having your number, brother, I would love to just politic with you. Whatever value I can give, brother. Man, listen, I will empty my cup, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever value I could be to, and OG, you know, whatever you need from me, I'm here, man.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you, man.
I just want to connect y'all, man.
Appreciate you, brother. Let's do it. I look forward to it. Thank y'all.
All right.
Likewise. You never know, man. That happened in real time.
So who was you on the phone with?
So that was Chameleon, bro. So if you don't know his story, bro, like, bro made maybe a couple hits from Houston, made a couple hits, got out the rap game, went to Silicon Valley. Found like some real top companies, some up-and-coming companies, took all his rap money and invested in each one of them and said, bro, whichever one of y'all blue is the one we keeping, bro. And just went crazy after that. That's what he did. That's what he did. That's what he did. Played a different game. And never left Silicon Valley, bro. And I remember reading that a few years ago and just was inspired the whole while. Like, damn, bro. Like, that's it. Like, that's it.
Investment.
That's it. Like, the stock market is one thing. And that's why I said on the phone, I was like, say, bro, like, where you at, that's the level.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people think the stock market and, no. That's the level. Once you get, IPO talk.
Yeah. It's a different conversation.
This a growing company. I'm going to put $1 million. And I'm going to tell you something. When them companies be growing like that, $1 million do them good. Like $1 million of injected cash.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you go look at the people who invested in Uber and Lyft in their first rounds, everybody wasn't investing millions. They was investing 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
They was investing 50,000. They was investing 75,000. You know why? Because in the beginning stages like that, every dollar count.
Framework, infrastructure.
So if you got 50,000, I need that. That can put the buttons on the. You got 75, that helped me build the interface. You got 6, that helped me put the system on this side. Because when you growing like that, you need all of those, you need them cash injections. And so, bro, man.
And the crazy part, you was just talking about that 2 weeks ago. Like, bro, I got to get in. I got to figure out how we going to get into that.
Huh?
2 weeks ago, you was just talking about it in here. Like, yo, I got to figure out how to get into that.
Because that's the game, bro.
And that VC.
That's the game, bro. That's where the money at, bro. That's what you make, because it don't mean much. Like $1 million in the VC world, you know how many investments you could do with that? And all you need is one of them to hit. That's the crazy part. All you need is one of them. You just need one of them to hit and then get acquired, IPO, gone. Gone. That's how Nas be hit. Nas be knocking them out the park.
Mm-hmm. He got Coinbase, Ring, Dropbox.
Ring Central, Uber. Coinbase, Ring Central, Robinhood, Lyft, PillPack. 2 of his companies got picked up by Amazon. PillPack and freaking Ring Central. You feel me? Like, and so let me give y'all something quick right quick. Let me tell y'all something quick right quick. This is why you build good relationships. I promise, like, build good relationships, curate those relationships, nurture those relationships. Do it for a long time, and do it with expecting nothing in return. And every time you can pour into that relationship, you pour into it. Every time, because you just never know, bro. You just never know. You just never know.
So good.
Just pour into the relationships, man. With nothing in return. You're not asking for nothing in return. You actually go into a relationship saying, how can I just give? You see how I ended that conversation? Hey, man, before we go, bro, hey, listen, put us in a group chat. And 2, whatever I can do on my end to provide value to you, bro, let me do it. OG, you already know I'm emptying the cup for you, whatever I can do. He be asking me to come speak, I'll go fly out there. You can't pay for me, you can't pay for my dog. I'm gonna pay for everything. And I'm gonna give you whatever you need from it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So,
everybody in the chat talking about, like, I feel like we were just a fly on the wall, just listening. Hey.
You ever say, you know what? Jose always get that, though. Jose always get to be like, dang, bro. I'm gonna put him out there. I'm gonna put him out there for a second. Jose, I think Jose's favorite, because we get invited to a bunch of stuff, bro. Bro, we do a lot of stuff. I think the one thing where I made Jose happy the most is when we went to Joe Budden.
Yep. You got to think.
I didn't realize how much Jose, like, was, I don't want to say fan. I'm going to say,
I'm a fan.
I'm going to say a consumer I didn't know how long that Jose was a premium consumer of Joe Budden stuff.
Yeah, from the rap to the pot.
I'm talking about
second favorite rapper, favorite podcaster.
Yeah, he was like, bruh.
I modeled like a lot of we were doing this joint. I modeled around.
Yeah, he was like,
you know what I'm saying? And so, but you see, I wasn't fanned out. I was like, hey, can I add value?
No, you can't be no fan around.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd have punched
and he
you in
even
your
brought me up on the joint. Like, yo, what's up with dude? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'd have punched you if you'd have been fanned out.
Oh,
dog.
nah, it would have never.
I'd have been like, dog, don't come around me no more. Nah, Jose held it down.
Let me get a picture. Nah, we ain't doing that.
Nah, Jose held it down. He was just like, hey, bro. Then we left. He was like,
he was like, say that was good for you, yeah?
He was like, nigga. Like, nigga, you don't even know. So, for sure. Then we went, what, 2 times or 3 times? We went twice. Twice. Good shit, good shit, good shit. All right, anyway. So, yeah, so let's get back to what we was doing. Damn. I think somebody in the chat said he gonna call you back too, Trappin. There it is. Oh, gee. When your name good, they call you back. When your name bad, they look at it and put, I ain't answering that shit. When your name good, they call you back. So yeah, did that make sense what we was talking about with TPL? Did that make sense what we talked about with TPL? And so I know some people said the cup and handle. So the handle is forming. So you do see the cup, but the handle hasn't formed yet. Right? Or you can even come from here with it. You can come from here with it. I wouldn't be mad at you coming from here with it. But the cup is formed. You need the handle to drop and come back up. That's what gives it the handle. So this could be the handle like that. You needed to drop a little bit, then break out. But that's it. That's it. So anyway, that's the perfect base at what you're looking for. So I think we run it back for time. I don't want to stay there too long. Are we cool with that? I think we did. I just wanted to make that example. We can make that example. I know we run it for time and I don't want to stay there too late. Trap, was that a VCP pattern? Yep, it's forming. It's forming, tight base. And so in case you don't know, yep, so that's where I kind of get it from. So tight base, you got a stage 2, then you get a tight base, tight base, and then you get the breakout. But again, you got to be real tight on it. If it falls, then you got to be willing to cut it. So if it falls, let's say, I would say something like 507. The latest you go to, is at 535 right now. So I say 507, 509. You know, you'd be right, but that could be a shakeout because you can always have a shakeout inside of it. So you got to have it set. So 507, 509, you kind of get choked off of it. 100%, if it drops to 495 or something like that, you definitely get out of it because then it done broke all the way through. So you just have to be real tight on that right there. So yeah, just wanted to, I know we got time. I wanted to do more stuff, y'all, but I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to keep us too late. Huh? Or, yep, you could jump on that. We do have something coming up for everybody that came to our workshop. First of all, if you came to the workshop in the chat, tell us you came to the workshop in the chat. Brandon Washington said, yeah, I told you he was going to call you back for sure. So yeah. If you came to the workshop, we doing something called Profit Mastery Live. It's a 2-day. So all of the prices that's on here is not what it costs. It's a 2-day event. So we're doing 2 calls live in the market from 8:30. We're going to do from 9 o'clock, we're going to do a pre-market to 12:30. From 9:30 to 12:30, we're going to be live with you, trading with you. If we take a trade, you can take the trade with us, myself and my other trade analyst, Rob. If you get on, you will get the replay to it. Again, possible trade, post-event. So that was after the event. We will break it down, and then you get the live Q&A. Plus, if you get it, we also will give you the replay to have and study. So from 9 o'clock to 12:30, plus another 30-minute Q&A. We'll be doing trade audits on that. We will be doing, if you want to take a trade, we'll look at what you're looking at. We'll look at what we're looking at in the market. So if you want to come join it, click that. Somebody say, oh man, that workshop was crazy. Yep.
And the price is in the circle, not all the other prices.
I had to say that in the workshop. The price is in the circle. not the other 6-5 circles, the circle with the red on it. Somebody say, man, I was there last Friday and Saturday. It's not $14.97. It's not $14.97.
We gotta change up the
Somebody say, God damn. Maybe we should put X's on a little circle.
Yeah.
Maybe we should put X's on a little circle. So it's not $14.97. It's not $1.97. It's not $3.97. It's not $9.97.
They was ready to swipe the card for the $14.97 though.
Yeah, don't swipe the card for the $14.97. It's not. They were like, I'm gonna swipe it. Wait, $14.97, nigga? No. No. It's not $14.97. It's not $14.97. Somebody say, bro, that was my second workshop, bro. That was crazy. Yeah, for sure. So check that. It's $6.97. Again, we're doing 2 days live, 9 a.m. to about 1 o'clock, because we'll do 12:30. We'll end it. We'll look at it. We make a play. You end the play with us. If we don't make a play, we'll still audit what you have. We'll show you what we're looking at, depending on what the market doing. The dates is April the 8th and April the 22nd. After 12:30, we'll probably stay on the call for another 30 minutes just answering questions. Knowing me, I like to talk, so it'll probably go a little longer than that. But yeah, think about it as, somebody say cross the other ones out. Yeah, that may be we may cross that out. Yeah, so people, because that happened in the event, they were like, wait, Trappin, when I say 6.9, they're like, oh, all right. Like, damn, the all in price? No. So anyway.
Priceless? Wait
Yeah. So if you're looking for that, help you put some trading SOPs in play, help you look at the market, and hopefully we can find some more VCPs to get up out of. So yeah. Anyway, let's go a little further, man.
Show them the money.
Gotta show the people the money, man. Let's look at the recession portfolio. All right, so here we go. Only in a few plays, man. AMAT play. The AMAT play actually turned positive today. Then it went negative at the end of the day. So we like that. I still like what AMAT is doing. It's definitely fighting. It's been the leader of all leaders. GEV went crazy today. All of my positions are small except for this goddamn NVIDIA play that we put in that we got swallowed on from the next day. We just went underwater the next day. I talked about that at the at the workshop. About how NVIDIA punched us in the face and it just put me underwater real fast. New play we put in today was TPL. I can't give y'all the date on it. I can't give y'all that. I got to do this for 4 weeks. So like what that did, and then like the rally on Walmart. So only play really killing me bad is the NVIDIA play, and I feel like, I don't know, man. It's still inside that range, so you don't know. We'll see how it goes. Really been taking small plays right here, nothing crazy. Just been really sitting in the market, watching it do what it's gonna do, being real strategic, and being real. Why we cut it out? But why we cut what out? Yeah, we got out of gold last week. That thing fell another 5% after we got out of it. That thing fell another 5 to 6% after we got out of it, and it's just because the dollar is strong right now, and so it's not performing the way it's supposed to perform. But yeah, we got out of gold last week. Oh yeah, for sure. Somebody said the overnight price gaps was real. Regular trade hours are only shown. We get that back up. For sure, family, for sure. For sure. All right, let's go a little further. All right, that go to Freedom Index, the profit. Yeah. That go to Freedom Index. Bud, what's good, family? Costco, EME, FIX, ITA, MU, TPL, and Walmart. Those are the plays that we are in right now. Again, we up 7% year to date. Not bad. We sitting on $323,000 in cash. This is real cash. This is my personal cash. Somebody says up 3%. Well, we were down too big. So I stick to my losses. I take my losses. I feel like we get them back another way. I don't got to chase nothing. I'm all right. We get it back. We be all right. Go long on Meta. You can. We good. No, I'm not mad at you going on what you want to go long on, man. Like, I'm straight. Like, I be wanting people to get their money, man. Anyway. Costco, EME has been a game. EME has been just a banger for us. Fix has been a banger. It's crazy how we at war, but the war ETF is not doing good. You know what I'm saying? So that's insane right there. MU, TPL, and Walmart. So yeah. So let's get it, man. What was the fixed buy-in price? I don't know. I have to scroll over to see it. Probably 1,000 and something. Anyway, let's get it, man. You want to come and join the Patreon? Again, we locked in. You just being real strategic with what we doing right now. So yeah, let's get it, man. All right, let's get it. Word on the street, man. Let's get to it. All right, markets here, peace talks, yields say prove it. So minutes after the 10-year note hit 4.43%, U.S. officials said peace talks with Iran could come as soon as Thursday. However, yields continue to hold as skepticism over peace talks has grown. Over the 10-year note, yield now at 4.4. Once again, we cannot afford the 10-year nearing 5%. And one of the things I wanted to show to people was Nikki in the building. What's up, Nikki?
And she gifting out memberships. That's what I'm talking about.
Shout out to Nikki, man. That's my girl, man. That's my family right there, man. What I just did? Bro, I done did something crazy. Bro, how you get the chat back?
You were scrolling.
Bro, how you get the chat back?
It should, if it totally disappeared, it might say something like,
Bro, it's gone.
It say live chat, open panel.
Where it say that?
Scroll down. It says,
there you go.
Yep.
Open panel. All right. There you go. There go my girl, Nikki. Shout out my girl, Nikki, man. I'm going to tell y'all something. There are some people that are invested in what you do. Nikki is invested in everything I do. Everything Nikki be like, bro, why you got me invested in this like this? Why you got me invested in Trappin Tuesdays like this? Why you got me invested in this show you just created like this? And she'll go in the rabbit hole and just go to showing me like metrics on this, that. So shout out to Nikki for just being invested in what we do. All right, so one of the things that we saw up close and personal was the same thing that happened last year with the tariff sell-off. The tariffs eased up once the 10-year note hit about 4.5, 4.6, 4.7. We can't afford for the 10-year to be that high. Why? Because America just now got into $39 trillion in debt. And so a 10-year note at 5% is painful to watch. And I said this, and I've said it a million. Cheesy bread, what's good, family? I've said this a million times. I'll say it again. If that 10-year yield, go look at the one we dropped last night, the video I dropped last night. If the 10-year note, if some kind of way this government decides not to end this war, I can almost promise you, if the 10-year note gets to 5%, they will end the war that day. I promise you that. You can talk all you want to talk. You can talk tough all you want to talk. You can talk crazy about obliterating somebody all you want. But the minute that bond market starts screaming, you going to abort the mission. You're going to abort the mission. The minute and that happens last year, it happened when he talked about the soybeans. Every time that bond market start creeping past 4.4 and gets to 4.5, or maybe even get to 5, you got to give up. You got to say uncle. And the reason why you got to say that is because America is in too much debt. Because they're in too much debt, they need more debt to pay for stuff. You can't keep spending like that. And that 10-year bill, once that 10 years at like 3.9, 4.1, 4.2, you can kind of talk spicy because money is still relatively cheap as far as interest rates are concerned. Once you start talking about you got to pay a 5% yield, that's a lot of money. So think about it like this. If you got to pay somebody 5% on a 10-year note, That means if somebody buys $5 billion worth of 10-year notes, you got to pay them 5% on that. That's really, really high. Think about it from that perspective. So somebody, let's say China or Tokyo or, Japan or all your enemies start buying your note at 5%, that's a lot of money you got to kick out. You can deal with it at 3.9. You can deal with it at 3.8. But at 5%, that's a lot. So that's why it's pressure. You don't want the 10-year to be at 5% because that's the bond that people buy the most of. Imagine having to pay that 5% and you lock that in. So once you get that, it's locked in. It's like, damn. So you got to hurry up and try to get that thing back down. Hey, let's get that thing. Hey. You got to get that down. You got to get it down. You got to get it down. So I can almost promise you, if that yield gets to 5%, he's trying to tone it down right now. Think about it. As soon as oil pops to $100 a gallon again, what? Hey. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you gotta go. You gotta go. Gotta go. I'm talking about 7 o'clock in the morning on the, peace talks. Hey, we talking about Iran. Say, man, we ain't had no conversation with y'all. We ain't had no conversation with y'all. I don't lie on us. We ready. Dun, 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 dun. We ready. Dun, 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 dun. They ready to go. Let's go a little further, man. Anyway, volatility is the toll we pay for the invest. The S&P 500 is in the midst of its first 5% mild correction since November, right? So I like to keep replaying this so we can see it. so we can see it, right? So y'all know what that means. So I got that from LeBron when he was marking Kobe. So if you ever saw when they was, I want to say when they was doing the Olympics, when they was in the Olympics, when Kobe was still alive, Bron said, because they say Bron is like one of the smartest players in the league. They're like, Bron know every team's signals and everything. So he said he was playing Kobe for years. And he said he was playing Kobe for years and he would always see Kobe go, shh. And he said he would be like, yo, what the hell is Kobe doing? And he said he watched Kobe do that for years and he said he could never get it. He said until he played with Kobe and he realized that means, shh, get the hell out of the way, I'm going one-on-one. He said, have you even Kobe do that? Shh. I mean, clear the floor. I'm going one-on-one. I got one.
Some of them thought you was having a seizure. They was like, what I just walked into?
I mean, he said with Kobe, he said every time Kobe would bounce the ball, he would bounce and go, shh. He would go like that. He said Kobe was saying, clear out the way. I'm going one-on-one. I got one. I got one. It was on a boat together. Even LeBron, I started crying, laughing when I saw that. And Kobe was crying, laughing. Kobe was like, yep. That what that mean. Clear it out. Brian said he would do it. He said no matter what it was at, he would see Kobe do it. He was like, yo, what the hell they doing? He said it took him a couple years to realize Kobe was saying, get the hell out of the way. He said, don't mean shit. It just mean, get out the way. ISO. Anyway, let's get to it, man. So, again, we see a 3% dip about 7 times a year. We see a 3% dip about 7 times a year. We have a 5%, which is a mild dip about 3 times a year. We have a 1% dip 1.1 times a year, a 15%, which is severe, almost correction every 2 years, and then a 20% bear markets happen every 3.5 years. So this is why I don't believe we're going to go into a bear market. Now, the math doesn't always we had one last year, bro. Nah, I could be wrong, but I'm just following the data. We had a bear market last year. The market dropped 20-something%, 24, 26%. It's not common that we get them back-to-back years. This is why. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying if I base this on the data says we don't get them back-to-back years. Will we get somebody, say we get a 3%er often. It says we get a 5%er about 3 times a year. I can see that. That's why the 5%er I ain't tripping on. All right, a 10%er happen once a year. So I can see us getting a 10 to 14%er. I can see it happening and I feel no kind of way like, yep, that's it. A 20%er, I'm not saying it can't happen. No, I'm not going to never see never with this kind of marketing, with this kind of president. All right, but having it back to back is a tough one for me. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough one for me. So, and I think we'll get a 15%er on the NASDAQ, and I think we'll get about an 11 to 12%er on the. But I don't even think we're going to stay that long, though. I think it'll be a V-shaped recovery, same way. I think the only thing that holds us down, though, I'm not going to lie, I think people are only looking at the war, but they're not looking at the other stuff that's cracking under the surface. I think AI is hurting us with a lot of jobs because we're not having job growth. We're not having economic growth. So I think that's hurting us. So, get it to these 3 modern factors that are changing recession indicators. I think one is the AI productivity. We talked about that. Here we go right here. Right? Again, AI productivity. AI and productivity say AI, artificial intelligence, is boosting productivity and allowing companies to produce more with fewer resources, potentially extending the economic cycle. Fiscal support, government spending, infrastructure programs, and industrial policy are providing economic support not seen in previous cycles. And 3, locked in low interest rates. Consumers or corporations locked in on low interest rates in 2021, reducing immediate impact and changing higher rates today. I truly believe that with AI, companies are being more productive, but we're losing jobs. And because we're losing those jobs, we're not seeing job growth. And that's what the Fed is focused on. The Federal Reserve is focused on, you always see the Federal Reserve talk about a dual mandate. The dual mandate is one, price stability. The one is job growth. Remember, the last time he talked just now, he said we had net 0 jobs, meaning nobody got a job. Meaning, for the jobs we lost and the jobs we gained, it balanced out. You don't want that. You want jobs coming in. That's what make America good. We want to consistently have jobs coming in. Keep coming in, keep coming in, keep coming in. With net 0 job growth and with a slow economy. So here's the downfall. When you have net 0 jobs, you have economy that's slowed down and high inflation. That leads to what's called stagflation, which is one of the worst economic. That's almost worse than a recession, simply because even with a recession, you can have interest rates that's kind of coming down, but you can, just have bad economic factors. Well, when you have interest rates that's high, inflation is at high, no job growth, no economic growth, that's a bad situation because it's hard for the Fed to fight all those at one time. And it's going to be hard to fight the job growth thing because just AI is taking so many jobs away, all right? So with AI taking so many jobs away, corporate America like, bro, we not hiring nobody. We good, which is why I want to thank God. Let me just take a moment to say thank you, God, because you allowing me to hire people right now. Thank you, God, even if it's one person at a time. So I just want to say thank you, God, for that, for sure. That's why nobody want to charge me all these taxes. I'm still hiring real people. Why y'all trying to pay them? I'm not hiring robots, bro. I'm hiring real people.
Real living people.
Come on, alive. That should be a tax deduction right there, bro. I'm hiring real people, not robots. Come on, I think as entrepreneurs, we need to, as entrepreneurs that's under $1 billion in market, let's range this thing out. If it should have a law, a regulation. If you making under 100 million, sorry, Alex Moses, right? If you making under 100 million, all right, I got you, Alex, because you look out for the entrepreneurs. If you making under 500 million, I like Alex. No nonsense kind of guy. I'm inspired by him. Making under 500 million a year, you should get a tax deduction of not the ones y'all have in place already. I'm talking about the big, huge tax deductions. Like, this should be almost like carrying a child. Come on, man. We got 14 people employed here, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I'm contributing to the economy here. I'm contributing to the economy, man. Shout out to that. Let's go a little further. Come on, Jose, you sent me 3,000 people in the chat, man. Come on, Jose, I beat you to it. Come on, bro. That's because he worrying about that funky ass song.
You did.
He worrying about that funky song. He trying to check the votes for that. How many people voted for you? I bet you won't say that. You ready to tell me that?
Oh, I got it. I
know you got it. Why you ain't got damn 3,000 people in the chat?
I missed that one because
I don't want to hear. Don't even tell me that stat. You want to tell me about that funky stat, but you don't want to tell me about the 3,000 people in the chat.
So, just because I got to make sure I got the receipts. That's why they call me CVS.
Nobody don't call you that. Yes. Nobody calls you that.
Yeah,
flush Jose again for lying on national TV. Flush him for lying on national TV.
So, out of 776 votes,
man, the total is still flushing.
61% said, let's get it.
Man, the only reason people say that because they really won't get at me.
No, they want to flush me all the time.
No, but they know. They be like,
bruh.
You know how many people DM me be like, bro, why you be so hard on Jose?
Let me tell you this.
Bro, people DM me that all the time.
My girl said, hey, you know what we need to have at the Freedom Center? A joint where they could dunk Jose.
She told me that.
And I was like, oh.
That wasn't a bad idea.
My lady.
It wasn't a bad idea.
You know what I'm saying?
When we do Trap Fest?
Yeah. So I got to get in the tank.
It's perfect. Flush Jose. Bro, it's perfect. So she said it, I was like, yo, that's the Flush Jose tank. Every time, you just sit up there all day.
Like, thanks, babe.
And you just throw the, that's the easy. Oh, man, that's going to be the attraction right there.
Trap.
I think that'll be more attractive than Flush Trap. Because there's not a Flush Trap
It's
button.
on brand. It's on brand.
Flush Trap is not it. Flush Jose is on brand.
It's on brand, right.
That's so on brand.
Man.
So on brand. Damn.
But I'm about to get flushed. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to have my new summer body, so. Back to the show.
I remember Jose told me something one day. I think he said something like, man, I'm manufacturing the body. Something he said, I was like, what, bro? He was like, yeah, man, you know I'm manufacturing the body.
Oh, no, the unveiling.
Unveiling.
The unveiling.
That man told me, yeah, you know I had an unveiling. I said, unveiling what, man? The body. I said, man, you got
unveiling.
This Negro said the unveiling. I said, unveiling what, Jose? Man, my body. What? Unveiling your body? Man, what are you doing? This is the type of stuff I be having to deal with that y'all don't be knowing about. That's what y'all don't know that I had to deal with. Unveiling of the new body. This is a grown man talking to his partner about unveiling.
It's just the randomness.
It'd be random. Then he'll do this. I'ma stand in it. Like, bro, what? Don't stand in it.
Don't stand in it.
You know me, I'ma stand in it. No, don't. Get out. Get out, man. Get out. Get out, bro. Get out. Speaking of that, man, I want to shout out my people at Horizon Trust right quick. While we talking about the dollar and while we talking about, what's necessary and while we was talking about just being in that, they let me know something. The other day, and it was like, man, Trap, we also have, if people are locked in to like, if they have like an old full 1K or if they have like, from a previous job that they not investing in or no longer working at, they was like, bro, we can help them get that money to work in your retirement. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, bro, I forgot to tell you, like, because we haven't mentioned it, I wanted to tell you that we have access to that. So if you have an old full 1K from a job you used to be at, and I'm not gonna lie, I've gotten that question so many times. Like, say, Trap, I used to work at this job. You know, I got the old 401, I got the 401k, but I'm not there no more. Kind of don't know what to do with it. That's what Greg and Horizon Trust them come in at too. They're really good at helping you position that, put that to work for you, because one thing that you should always be working toward, and that's real, is our retirement. So get with Horizon Trust, get with my guy Greg and their team. I think the link is in there, where's the thing, so they can help you out with that, man. So Horizon Trust, I've been locked in with them. They told me a lot of people have been making that phone call with them. Who is it that can help with that? Yep, DCTBG. I feel like I just read an eye exam.
Hey, I just had one of them joints too.
Yeah, I just felt like that. Yeah. So get with them, my people at Horizon Trust. Jose, don't we got the thing so they can see it? All right, but we also have the link in the bottom. Go check them out. Retire bigger, man. I think for me, that's, again, we talk about the idea, the illusion of freedom, right? And I think for us, I think that we downplay retirement. I think we downplay retirement. I'm going to say this, and I don't want nobody to think that I know somebody going to clip it, and they'll clip the bad part of it, because that's just the generation we in. Somebody said, yes, Trap, Amber from their team was great. I told y'all, we got some people that really been locking in with him. And they call me like, say, bro, like, we appreciate you so much, Trap, bro, because we've been having a lot of calls. We've been getting people right. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think we take retirement like we should. I think that we think it's so far away. So the next thing I'm about to start working on with my daughter right now is her Roth IRA. $7,500 a year. She's 10. She's 10. She just made 10. Imagine if I invest in that for the next 10 years. If I give her $7,500 for the next 10 to 15 years and don't touch it no more after that. It's tax-free. She can't get it till she's 59 and a half or something. She good. So I already got her custodial Roth IRA out the way. I already got her custodial account out the way. Now you protect her now for the next side. So it's not like, all right, here's the money we put in the custodial account. Now, let me put this up for the next 15 years or 10 years, $7,500 for the next 10 years. So if I do it from the age she's 10 to, let's say I do it till she's 22, God give me that much life, and I don't touch it no more. That's another couple million she'll have by the time she's 59 and a half, tax-free. And all you put in it was, what, 50,000, something like that, whatever that is, give or take. That's how powerful that is. Right, so that's the power of Greg and his team at Horizon Trust. Like, I don't think we really look at it like, damn. But I promise you this, if you go look at the people who are retired right now, they'll all tell you this shit came faster than we thought. It comes faster than you think, bro. And the thing that I always tell everybody is this and this alone. If you don't save, I won't say save. I won't say it this way. You have to save the future you today. Right? Like, you can't save the future you in the future. You have to save the future you in the present. Oh, that's it. That's it right there. Yeah. Right? You have to save the future version of you in the present. You can't save the future version of you in the future. If you wait to the future, it's too late. Ooh. Come on. Come on. You have to save. And so that's what retirement is, bro. There's a reason why, and I don't want to say this to act like I'm not saying it the right way. You ever go to Walmart or Walgreens or something and see like the elderly person working there? There's two reasons they work there. The first reason is because if they sit in that goddamn house too long, they gonna die. You're like, you know what? I gotta get out this goddamn house. But that's the only way they keep moving. But the other reason is because they didn't have the knowledge to properly put themselves in position to not have to do that. Because here's what I will tell you. There's more things that they could rather be doing with their life than wake up, going work at wherever at. You can go wake up and be in gardening, you can be doing whatever. And I'm not trying to talk bad on it. I'm saying that if we don't prepare for the future today, then I can promise you what your future gonna look like. Now, again, they wasn't privy to the knowledge. They didn't understand 401ks, and some of them probably have 401ks, but you gotta remember, they coming from the days where at least they was getting a gold watch and a check when they retired. Well, guess what? We put up a stat up in here not too long ago that said what? Right now, people need $2 million to retire. What you think that's gonna look like after Donald Trump get out of office? It's probably need about 4 million. Remember, we only been dealing with him now a year and some change. And it feels like 4 years already. And here's the thing. You don't know what's coming after him. Because what after him don't necessarily mean better. You feel me? Hold on, let me make sure the alley-oop just got the alley, right? So let's think about this. Look at this. Think about this situation here. This to double down on, and we put that in the chat maybe a couple months ago where the average person said they need $2 million to retire right now. Remember when we come from an era, let me stand up for a little bit so my people can adjust the camera, let them know, right? Let me just put this in the air right quick. There was a time period where we thought $1 million that was it. Remember the time where they used to say, I remember our people used to say this, man, you could take $1 million, put it in the bank, and live off the interest. Y'all remember that era? When people used to say that, you could take $1 million, put it in the bank. Now, mind you, all of us was like, shit, $1 million, golly, bro. But nah, I saw somebody the other day post and said, $1 million is the new 100,000. And it's not because of that the million still not the million. It's just that $1 million don't take you far as you thought it would take you before. Especially when you've been trained, programmed under the illusion of freedom. Because now you got the $1 million, guess what you want to do with the $1 million? Like, I want to get a yacht. I want to buy the 10,000 square foot house, flush trap. Flush me. I'm going to keep saying it, bro. And I don't care. I remember somebody, I think the other guy posted the video. He was like, man, he don't know what he talking about. Bro, I don't care with nobody. Like, I don't be caring, but I really don't care, bro. I'm going to tell you something, bro. You don't need all that damn house. You don't need all that damn house, bro. I saw a friend of mine, Super. That's my girl, man. Man, I love her to death. She sold her big house. And she said she got a 45,000 square foot house right now. And people in the comments was like, man, you tripping out, you got money. No. You start to realize you don't need all that goddamn house. And you start to realize that crap is a money pit. You start to realize, one, it's easy to cut the grass on a 4,500 square foot house than it is a 10,000 square foot house. That's one. Let's start right there. That's one. 2, the maintenance on a 10,000 square foot house. Bro, I got some really, really large ceilings, bro. You know how much it take to heat that joker up? Bro, my ceiling, George, how tall you think my ceilings is? When you come in from there to, not even the one when you first walk in, that's probably about what? About 20-something feet when you first walk in? That's the first one. What about what you think in the living room? Yeah, on the other side. About 15, 13, 15? 30? That's higher than 30 feet, bro. I be looking at this ceiling like that. Dang. When I first got, I thought it was cool. Got the big chandelier, go outside, turn light on, look at that outside, boy. We got the big chandelier, like, yeah, I like that, dog. Nah, I be like, turn the lights out.
Mm-hmm.
Turn the light out. Turn the lights out. Turn the lights out. Turn the TV off, fam. It takes a lot. My daughter about to come in town, I start heating her room up in the winter. When my daughter, I gotta start heating her room up 2 days prior before I go get her. Y'all laughing, but I be pissed off. I be pissed off. Cause it's gonna take that long for the heat.
Transcendent Love said AC fighting for dear life.
Bro, watch this. This is no lie. I promise y'all I'm not saying this. Please, I know someone be like, oh, that nigga trying to stone us. I'm not, because the electric bill pisses me off to the point I don't even look at it no more. I got 7 AC units on my house, bro. I'm lying. It's 6. It's 6 units, bro. It's 6 of them, bro. I tell you no word of lie, bro. This is not me trying to shine. I'm like, no, when Super said she downsized, I'm like, I feel you. I totally understand why you did it. And she got a teenage son and a daughter, so every day, like, keep my goddamn doors closed. I understand why she downgraded, bro. That shit is expensive. And let's not even talk about the pool. Because they told us we gotta have the pool. We come from an era where we snuck in the apartments to go sneak in their pool. I come from that era. Maybe this era don't do that, but I come from an era where we had friends that lived in apartments. We like, George, remember, I was young. I just stay hopping the gate. Grandma whooping my ass because I don't got no swim clothes. I'm going with everything I got on. Boom. Everything I got on, I'm jumping in the pool. I'm willing to sacrifice this pool for this ass whooping. 100%. I sacrificed the pool for the ass whooping, bro. So then you get this pool, you like, yeah, get a jacuzzi with it. Yeah, they got the pool and a jacuzzi. Yeah. Oh, and it's heated. Nice. Nice heated pool. Yes, this is it. Slide. Yes, we got the slide. And the slide.
Dolphin.
Heated pool, jacuzzi, and the slide. Yes, we winning. Until you realize, why the water keep sinking like that? Why the water, every 3 days, why the water going down? Well, I got to fill that back up? Damn. Okay. Then sometimes you're like, I ain't filling it up. And then you realize, damn, it's going to go down. Oh, damn, shit. And I did the show a couple of times and forgot I turned the water on. I done did that several times. Hey, George, go to my house, fam, go turn the water off. I forgot. It's been 2 days. The water been running. I done forgot because I had to.
I didn't know you did that, Jake.
I done did that several times. Because the thing going down, they tell you, don't let it go past this thing right here. Because that'll hurt the thing on the pool. So I forgot. George, go back. Now I might look like a Florida swamp. And then you send the pool man and say, hey, fix that, bro. And he's like, hey, we've trying to fix it. Okay, bet. Then he put some stuff on it. And 3 months later, you like, hey, I thought you can't fix it. He's like, oh, yeah, the crack over here. Well, why you don't just fix them all that? Oh, we got to drain the pool. Bro, put some sand in the pool. I don't want it no more.
Because the water bill man rubbing his hands like Birdman.
Y'all don't want it no more. I don't want it. Straight.
That's crazy.
So I understand, bro. I totally understand, bro. Like, why she downsized. And everybody in the comments, oh, she having money problem. No, I'm trying to save money. Yes, I'm trying to save it. Yes, I get it. So I totally understood it. So I'm just saying to people, like, the illusion, bro. The illusion, bro. The illusion. Now I understand. You don't need all that house. All that house is a lot. So now when I see these rappers and, $15 million house, I'll be like, shit. Yeah, this house costed $20 million. Shit. You keep that one, partner. Oh yeah, don't forget, if you move in a certain neighborhood, you got HOAs. Guess what that costs? Yeah. And don't forget, we live in America. And so you never really own the house because you got to pay property tax that cost me $30,000 a year. So people, I'm just trying to tell y'all that the illusion, who painted the picture to tell us that that was it? And we bought into it. This is why people go broke when they hit the lottery, because they do all the things that, you realize, wait, $1 million can go really fast. Yeah, it could go really fast. On not doing the stuff that you thought was going, like, damn, wait, how much? I'm just telling you. So you don't need all that house. 5,000 square foot, perfect, get it. You okay? 5,000 square foot is perfect, bro. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all. I'm just telling y'all. When they tell us who sold us the dream. Let's go a little further, man. All right, your income level actually means in the middle class, $4,500 to $6,000. Routine expenses are manageable. Lifestyle inflation creeps in. Raises don't life-changing. Money stress shifts but doesn't disappear. Comfortable. They say there's a $6,000 to $9,000 a month. More flexibility, more decisions, more responsibility. Money becomes about a balance, not survival. This is a lie. But you can. This is if you understand. This is if you have good financial hygiene. I can tell you right now. Somebody is making anywhere between $6,000 and $10,000 a month, and they feel like they're struggling. Somebody's making $4,500 to $6,000 a month, and they like, oh, jeez, this ain't it. Instead of realizing, bro, like that, we have to get better financial hygiene, y'all. Screw all the stuff they've been showing us. Spend less, invest more. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like, man, if you can take a trip a quarter, it don't always gotta be out the country. I can guarantee there's so many places in the United States that you have not been. A trip a quarter, 2 trips a year, bro. Stack your bread, buy some land, bro. You know what I just started following, bro? Cow pages. I saw the dude sold his cow for $5 million. Posted it on my page. Said, yep, that's it right there. You know why? Because AI cannot replace the cows. Even though they got fake cows that they got, but people still want real grade A Angus, black Angus. Come on, the little 13-year-old boy sold his pig for $500,000. I don't eat pork, but guess what? I know a whole bunch of people that do. There's some things that you can do with your bread, family, that can really like change the game for you. But because you wanna be extravagant on what you spending on trips, you want to show me a suite, and you want to show me that you doing this, and I'm like, bro, just go buy a plot of land, bro, and put some vegetables on it, and guess what? You know what a lucrative business is that I didn't realize? Selling hay. Lucrative business. Selling hay. Because I realized that farmers would rather horses than four-wheelers. Because horses can help move the cattle how they need. Four-wheelers, the cows, can outmaneuver the four-wheeler. But they can't outmaneuver that horse can back it down. That horse can make them go the way. That four-wheeler, you get stuck. But guess what? Cows, horses, hey, they need it. A horse can eat a bale of hay a day. $1 million business. Nobody don't deal with it. Animals, agriculture. We just keep trying to do the same thing. Everybody want a barbershop. Nothing against the barbers. Everybody wants salon suites. Everybody want to do a podcast. Everybody wanted thinking that's the only way out. I promise you got to do the podcast for a long time before it makes some money. Everybody ain't going to have a hit like Shannon Sharp. Everybody ain't going to have a hit like, some of the other people like Charlamagne, and everybody not going to take off like that. The podcast game is just like the goddamn rap game, just like getting in the NFL, just like getting in the football game. Everybody ain't going to have with it, you know what I'm saying? And I remember talking to somebody, they was like, bro, everybody need to make it to 50 episodes. Not realizing that podcasting is harder than the job you work on. Because you got to sit down and talk to somebody every freaking day. I promise y'all, this right here ain't easy. 186 episodes is not easy. And imagine people like Joe Budden who got 700 episodes. How many episodes he got, Jose?
Oh, they in the 800s.
800s. Eric, look, my OG, E.T. them, they got 500 episodes. And a lot of people ain't even heard of it yet. Right? You got to go, and then now what kind of guest you got on? Because at this year right here, if you ain't going to get some extraordinary people done seen all the people. So who you going to get? So in order to go get the good people, you got to have an audience already. You got to be a person that people already want to listen to. And trust me, there's some good people that can't hold conversations, so people don't want that. So let's go a little further. I don't want to stay there too long. Let's go a little further. All right, the U.S. government's balance sheet is at, as of September 25th, it's way past that right now. $6 trillion in assets, $47 trillion in liabilities, $41 trillion in debt. What does this mean? If the government was a household, it would have $6,000 in the bank and $48,000 in debt. Let's go a little further. Somebody say franchise a Chick-fil-A for 10 to 12K and let the family run it. I promise you it's not that easy to get a Chick-fil-A. Because one, anybody can't get a Chick-fil-A. Let me just put that part out there. I've looked at a lot of businesses franchise. Chick-fil-A is one of the hardest. You know why? Because they not holding their name out. It's not like buying a gas station. It's not like you got to go through some grade A testing. And I promise you, the startup ain't 10 to 12K. Think about this. They've outsold McDonald's. Let's go a little further, man. A system built to keep banks from failing. Let's go.
In 1910, the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, and Morgans met secretly on Jekyll Island. Their plan? Build a system that would protect their banks from ever failing. Prior to this meeting, bankers kept lending money they didn't actually have, because every loan meant more interest and hence more profit. But during the 1907 financial crisis, people tried to withdraw their savings and realized the banks didn't have the cash. So this meeting at Jekyll Island was done to create a permanent safety net. The solution they engineered was the Federal Reserve, established in 1913 as America's central bank with a special power, creating money out of thin air. Banks could still collect interest by loaning out money they didn't possess. And if their lending became too reckless, the Federal Reserve would act as their backup. They would just print the money and bail them out. This created a system where they had no risks. Heads, they make billions on interest loans. Tails, taxpayers bail them out.
Remember, I told everybody a while back to buy that book. Let me see. So watch this. The initial investment, meaning what gets you first, is $10K. But the total investment needed to open a Chick-fil-A can start between $300,000 and $2.4 million. That's what you need.
Yeah, they never gonna make it that easy. Like, come on now. Yeah. Everybody be doing it.
Yeah. The 10,000 probably just gets you the paperwork.
Oh, I was supposed to say the scratch-offs?
Yeah, to see if you can get in. But then it's a family-run business, so you got to be connected with somebody that knows somebody. Then they're going to ask you, then you got to abide by they. So you got to really go $3 million in the hole. And then you got to pay the royalties. Then you got to operate at their standard.
I'm about to say, you ain't going outside of their box.
You staying in that box. Anyway, read that book, The Creature from Jekyll Island. I remember when I first started telling people about that book, I was like, hey, this is one of them ones gonna open you up about the banking system, about what's going on. It's a heavy book, but it's definitely one of them ones, for sure. If you're serious about the financial game and understanding the system, Creature from Jekyll Island is one of them ones. Let's go a little further.
So with the current state of the market and gold being in a downtrend, at least right now with everything that's going on, what do you think would be a good entry point to get back into gold for a long-term buy and hold, or even, an option play? Thanks for taking my question. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
I wouldn't force an option play at all. I think when we're looking at the option games, first of all, let me back up. I appreciate you, OG. Thank you for calling in. Where you at that you gotta have a hoodie and a beanie on, bro? Where you at? It's cold like that, bro. Where you at? It's cold, because I don't want to go there. It's cold. I was outside playing basketball today with the OG, one of the OGs out here today, man. When George
You're probably covering up from the pollen.
Huh?
You're probably covering up from the pollen, bro.
Pollen had you like this. But yeah, I wouldn't force a gold play. If it ain't there, it ain't there. I've been owning gold and buying gold since probably 2019, since the pandemic. That's when I got bullish on gold. I think it could come down to somewhere, I don't want to guess off the top of my head. OG. So it came down to 404. That was a key level. I think it's up right now tonight. So I think 403 was a key level that it hit. That was a previous all-time high from back in October. It hit that level. If you go to your chart, you'll see that. I think it may be up after hours. I don't know, man. I don't think you have to buy it if you don't want to, but I think if you can get it, I think it might come down to 387, depending on what happens with this war talk and if the dollar can ease up. I feel like a good buy and hold price was at this area today, because that was a great support area to see what it was going to bounce off of. I wouldn't mind an entry here, but I think it could come down to 387. That would be the next key level I would look at. I don't think it goes all the way down to, I don't think it comes all the way down to 350. So I think between 400 and 387 would be a good entry for it. Yeah, so I think that's it. I think that would be, somebody say, not true. Chick-fil-A, you have to interview for a franchise. The $10K is up front and to interview. Yep, You never own a Chick-fil-A, you or a partner, and they reserve the right to remove you. 100%. Yep, 100%. You only a franchisee, you do not own it. 100%, and that's a big difference. So, that's what I think, OG. So somebody say they're saying gold is being manipulated right now. It's not being manipulated. You got to just think about it, right? Anytime the dollar is strong, gold not run. It should run based on the oil situation, on the crisis, on the inflation, on the rates. But anytime the dollar is rising, gold does not rise with it because gold is the protection from the dollar. So with a strong dollar, the gold isn't the safe haven. Think about how the dollar is rising. So you need two things to happen. You need a dollar to fall, and as the dollar starts to fall, then gold starts to rise. So that's what I like. Here we go. Understanding the drop in gold prices. Right there. Strong U.S. dollar. Gold is priced in U.S. dollars. When the dollar strengthens, gold becomes more expensive for buyers using other currency. This reduces the demand, which can be priced down. Therefore, a strong U.S. dollar is often one of the key factors behind the fall in gold prices. High interest rates, gold doesn't yield interest. So when inflation rates are high, investors prefer bonds and savings accounts than generate returns. Higher interest rates increase the opportunity cost of holding gold, making it less attractive. So I hope I put that out there for you. They didn't watch the video. They didn't watch the video. Rising yield. So let's go a little further, man. Let's go a little further. So every oil crisis shook the world. Every time oil prices shook the world, look at the global oil shock. So 1979 to 80, we had the Iranian revolutionary shock. In 1973 to 74, we had the Arab oil embargo. In 1980, we had the Iran-Iraq war. And I'm not gonna lie, I just remember being young, always hearing about Iran and Iraq, bro. Those are two that I always heard about, Iran and Iraq. Can you agree with that, George? Just always heard about Iran and Iraq. Just always heard about them. 2007 to 2008, the great oil price spike. That was the BP oil spill. 2011, Libya civil war, Arab Spring. 2019, I remember that. 2022, Russia-Ukraine war. And 2026, Israel-Iran escalation. I don't know why they got Israel and Iran, because America is a part of that. 2020, COVID demand, crash plus price war. Yeah, somebody said that 10 you're gonna make him act right every time. That's a fact. All right, let's go a little further, man. All right, how is oil? I think this was important. Once I saw this, I wanted y'all to see that because we often hear about BP never cleaned that oil up. I'm gonna say that's a lie. I worked on it. It might didn't get all of it, but I know damn sure I worked on that thing for 60 days, and that was some of the most disgusting. That was some of the most disgusting, hazardous, best money I made. Huh? Man, that was some of that. They was paying me $35 an hour. I was getting paid $35 an hour. We was working 7/12s. We was working double time on Sundays. We was working time and a half by the time we got to Friday, and it was giving us $70 a day per diem. Plus, they had feed-up tents. So we would go there. They had these big, huge tents. They fed us breakfast, lunch, dinner. They also had, like, you could go get a snack anytime you want. I said, damn. And that's when I realized that Dawn soap is the devil. How the hell can that soap clean your body and clean all of animals and still be safe? I do not believe it. I do not believe it. I do not believe it.
Wait, y'all was out there spraying Dawn out there on this?
They was using Dawn.
For real?
Not in the water, but they was using Dawn to, like, clean certain, like, anything we would get out the water, anything they would get out the water, like if it was an animal, because the animals was in that shit.
Yeah.
They would clean it with Dawn. Dawn soap. I'm talking about clean.
Marketing.
Bro, I'm talking, when I say clean, I'm talking about, bro, you see a thing soaked in black, by the time they finish with that Dawn, I got pictures of me doing that too. We would have to take these big old, I forgot what they called. We would have these big containers on the water. We would go out on the water. They had a group that would take it and hook it up on a crane. The crane would pick it up. We have to all back up. We have to dump it inside of the bank. And we would have to spray it off, spraying it with Dawn water. these big old, it's almost like the, you know the styrofoam things that you put in the pool and people, just imagine them like 10 times bigger though. You would wrap whatever the spots was, they was wrapping them around oil and it would literally move the oil, bro. No lie.
Oh yeah, I see now.
You would wrap it, whatever, they would take it by spots and wrap it around there and it would soak the oil and it would literally move the oil, bro. It was brilliant. I didn't think it was gonna work. And then they would put some more in there, they would pick it up and you have to watch out. You have to wear these hot ass suits on. And then after we cleaned the water off, after we cleaned it, we would have to take that off. We would have to go sit in this thing for like maybe 30, 45 minutes. Huh? Yep, we have to go sit in there for like, everybody who worked on that bundle, you have to go sit in there for 30 to 45 minutes while the next crew went and did it. And they had like 5 crews. So out of a 12-hour shift, you was only working like 3 hours. Because it would take you, 45 minutes to get the stuff, your crew to get it out the water, put it on a container. Y'all would have to spray it down. After that, you'd have to go decontaminate. They would have 3 more crews go. Every crew would take about an hour. But you easy money, cuz. 35 an hour, 7, 12, $70 a day per diem. Clocking. I'm
still stuck on the Dawn. Did they use the brand name Dawn or the Dollar General drink?
Oh boy, Dawn, boy.
The brand name?
That thing came in things so big, boy. Man, like 10,000.
Cause you know that Dollar General, it looked like Dawn.
Nah, bro. Bro.
It be blue like it.
I'm telling you, it was used for Dawn, bro.
That's crazy.
Dawn soap. That's when I knew. I said, that stuff I don't ever want to use that again. Something ain't right with that, man. You ain't no way you can clean oil and animals.
Right.
And me.
Yeah, nah.
It ain't right.
And my dishes.
You feel me? All right, so let's look at it, man. So how is oil transported globally? The volume of crude oil and petroleum liquids transported throughout the world's choke points. So there's the Strait of Malaysia, whatever that is. That's in India. I know that for sure. And then there's the Strait of Hormuz. So the one in India has the most. So that's 23.2% of the oil goes through that one. And the Strait of Hormuz has about 20.9. So those are the biggest two. Then you have the Cape of Good Hope. You have the Turkish Straits. You have the Danish Straits. You have all other maritime. Maritime is anything that's on the water. So in case you don't know, somebody said, I made a killing off Procter & Gamble back in the day. That's a fact. That's what soap's supposed to do. Yeah. But I don't want no soap that can clean no oil. Now you know how thick oil is, bro? See, we don't know how thick oil is. I didn't know until I saw that. Bro, if something can get that off of, if something can clean oil up, bro, ain't nothing I'm doing in my everyday life need that type of chemical, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing in my everyday life that I need something on my body that can clean oil? Crude oil. Thick Venezuelan oil. Why do I need that? I don't need that. That's something that could clean my car, maybe. That probably could take the paint off my car, bro. Why do I need that on my skin? I don't need that. So is cooking oil. That's why I don't use cooking oil. See it? See how smart we are? That's why I don't use it. I know it ain't right. All right, but these are the main places where oil comes through in the world. And so it's important. So you take the Strait of Hormuz out and you have these other places. But notice that, like, this is one of the big dogs. You know what I'm saying? Somebody say, bro, I don't even want it on my dishes. I don't want that.
Does that go inside your body?
That's gonna go inside me. That's the residue from the dishes. So watch this. You ain't never cleaned your dishes. Come on. You ain't never cleaned your dishes and ain't get all the soap. You like, damn.
Or you put your water in it and bubble up.
Yeah, come on.
Sparkling.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't never was young and put the dishwasher in the bubble bath. Y'all know what I'm saying. Come on, man. Oh, I got it. Y'all done got older now. Now you using like bath bombs. Okay, I got it. Now you going to Bath and Body Works now.
They rich.
Lush.
They rich.
You rich. Right? You forgot when you was young, you was putting, I use for Fabuloso coming up to make my house smell good. Right? So now you ain't never put Dawn in the tub to, because you wanted bubbles. All of a sudden, now you too fancy. Yeah, you was a hose pipe drinker too. Now, I don't want mine that's just in a copper cup. Drink my water out of glass. My ass. Get your ass out of here, man. Flush you for saying that. Next question, man. Let's go. All right. Iran is now charging ships $2 million per ship to travel through the strait. Iran is moving towards a selective blockade where nations including India, Pakistan, Iraq, Malaysia, and China are understood to be in direct negotiations. I know Donald Trump ain't know this was coming. You're actually making them rich. And guess what? People are buying. So guess what? The $2 million that they're making, because guess why? People still want their ships. They still want their stuff. And guess they're saying, where you from, China? Come on. Where you from, Malaysia? Come on. Let me get this $2 million from y'all so I can go get 10 more $50,000 drones to let them keep shooting. And come on, you gonna go broke fighting this war. I bet you already broke. Oof. They missed that one, cuz. Come on, man. You can't, listen. I think it's one of the ones we bit off more than we could chew. I ain't gonna lie. I think we bit off more than we could chew. Not even getting into the fact that countries that is cool with America, they bombing them. I didn't know this though. I didn't know that Saudi Arabia, Dubai, they can't grow food over there. Huh? They're in a desert. So their water got to get like transferred and their vegetation. I didn't know that. Like they can't grow a lot of stuff, so a lot of stuff over there is imported. So if you start bombing their water and start bombing stuff like that, you put them in a bind. And so you put them in a bind, you put America in a bind because they friends with America. And they like, hey, bro, you messing about what we got going on over here. Trump deployed 2,000 Marines today. Huh? Me. But here's the thing, though. Like, yes, they did deploy the Marines. Yes, they sending all that. But it's hard to kill somebody that's ready to die. They keep saying, bro, we with it. Because you know what the leverage is? No matter how much you bomb me, no matter how much you do all that, yes, you've done all that, I still control this strait. And I'm going to make this oil go up to $200 if you don't chill. This is my daughter. Oh, hold on, y'all. It's my dog. Don't say nothing crazy, bro. I'm on air and I'm live, dog. What's up?
What's up?
Come on. Oh, it's nigga, it's Tuesday, ain't it?
Trappin.
Who that? Let's go. That's Fat. What's up? What's up, Fat? What's up? Carrion.
Oh, Carrion. Hey, come on. Hey, press one of your buttons.
Yeah. Oh, my nigga got me. My nigga's heart.
Hold on. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. The greatest, bro.
Come on, hit me after you done, bro.
Right quick. You went to Nigeria. You ain't even. I'll call my daughter, tell him happy birthday and everything. You ain't want to talk to me, dog. I felt some kind of way.
Oh, bro, 11 days.
11 days on the soil.
On the soil. Let me tell you something. This ain't that, brother.
This ain't that.
This ain't that, brother. Let me tell you something. Nigeria in the trenches is way different than the trenches in the States, bro. All right, go, man, do your thing, bro. Get these people the information, bro. They need you. Streets need you.
I got you, brother. I love you, man.
Love you, bro.
Come on, man. We got two. Come on, man. We on fire tonight. Shout out to my brother Toby. Shout out to my sister Fat. One more time.
My nigga, God, please heal my nigga's heart. Oh, Lord.
Come on. Come on. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. I just think that, I think this is one of the ones we might got to renegotiate. All right, I just think this is one of the ones we got, I think we ain't, and here's how we know he ain't put it, because you heard what he said. You heard the thing he said on the interview? He said, we didn't know they was going to bomb these other. What do you mean you didn't know, bro? You didn't weigh out all the possibilities of it? I've never ran a country, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's go a little further, man.
What up, Tribe? Patreon, so how y'all coming? It's SB, self-made, the Patreon. Tribe, my question is, Tribe is anonymous. I'm in the Patreon. I got all the courses. I study all your videos on all platforms. I'm tapped in for real, the whole nine, but my damn options portfolio in the downtrend. Help me out, Tribe. What would you recommend? What track would you put me on to get consistent growth? I need consistency. I need a higher high of my portfolio, at least a lower high, something. It's a bad downtrend right now, Tribe. I really feel like I lost myself mentally, and I've just been trying to lock in with the trading for real. That's our only biggest goal, but it's like, I feel like if you're not that mentally, you can't get that for real. And I can't quit. I'm in too deep, Tribe. I'm in too deep, but I feel like I want to step away, go back to the drawing board, but I feel like that's quitting. So help me out, Tribe. What track would you put me on? What adjustments would you recommend me to make? Salute. Appreciate you.
Question. And you know why this is a great question? Because this type of market will make you feel like that. That's why I said, let's sit on the side. That's why I say, let's go small if you do something, you got to see what you see, right? So shout out to my guy, SB, he always lock in. I like his questions because they be sincere, they be real, they be heartfelt. You don't have to go back to the drawing board. What you do have to do is say, what this market will make you start doing is revenging. And that's probably what he's doing right now. It's a good chance that he's probably in the play that probably didn't go right. And he's like, all right, let me get this play. And what happens is you start seeing something, but watch this, what you're seeing is not wrong, but it's incomplete. You're seeing the play set up, and you're thinking the play is about to go the way you thought it was supposed to go, but then you don't get the follow through. And because what happens is when you buy time and you don't get the follow through, you think that time is your friend. But time is not your friend in a market like this. Time puts you under more pressure because when you used to could bank on the follow through, when you used to could bank on the momentum catching back up, doing what it's supposed to do, you're not getting that because you're in an arena right now where you have a lot of things fighting against you. And what are those things you have fighting against you? You have inflation, you have interest rates, you have low jobs, you have war, you have oil. You have a lot of things that's going against you. And now plays that will bounce off. And I said this earlier, I said, you having plays that's hitting your key level, but once it hit the key level, it fall through. That's what happened on the NVIDIA play. That's what made me say, whoop, I got to back up now. Because you're seeing plays hit your key level, and then after they hit the key level, they falling off because some type of news coming off or some fear is in the market. Look at the fear and greed index. Right now, your fear and greed index was at 13 today, I think, or 17 today. You had a VIX at 26 today. That's telling you we not having follow-throughs. That's what made me point out that base, because now we have a strong company that's forming a base. But guess what? Like what I said, hey, in this type, when you see this base forming, if it fall here, you going tighter. You're like, if it fall, I'm cutting it. You know why? Because time doesn't make you do nothing but hold on to something. You should say, man, fuck it, I'm out. Excuse my language. Right? So SB, I think that you have done a lot of research. You've done a lot of homework, but you've now entered a market that you're unfamiliar with. That's all it is. You've entered a market in a phase that you're unfamiliar with, And the thing about being in a phase like this, we can't be anticipatory. You got to really double down on what it is that you know. You got to really double down on what it is you see. A lot of times what happens, and I'm not saying it's you, is you'll see a play fall, and because your watch list may be deep, you're like, all right, let me go to my next play that look like this, and you trying to get in the next play because so many things are forming. A lot of things are forming, but a lot of things are failing right after. We've been seeing the same thing for the last 4 weeks. Rally on, go look at every Monday for the last 4 weeks. Rally Monday, fall Tuesday, follow through fall Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you probably get a deeper fall. Monday, pop back up. Fall Tuesday, little follow through Wednesday, something hesitate Thursday, fall on Friday, Monday, pop back up. Happened today. Monday, pop up. Tuesday, fall down. To Wednesday, you're going to see what's going to happen, right? We've been seeing that. Now, I'm not going to say that's going to stay forever because we got to just go through the cycle. So the goal right now, what I would really say is you got to survive this season so you can get behind it to the next season. That's where the money at. This is a day trader's market. This is a scalper's market. It's not a swing trader's market. You know why? Because what we need to see as swing traders develop, they're developing and then they falling. So now you got to do one or two things. You got to either say, all right, let me pay my stop really, really tight. I'm going to pay my stop really, really tight and see what I need to re-enter. Or you can say, hey, let me get on the sidelines. Just let me get smaller positions. I told George today, the TPL play we got in, I said, bro, I did 2 contracts. When the last time you seen Trap do 2 contracts? I told him in the Patreon, I said, hey, bro, I only did 2 contracts. Now, mind you, the play was kind of high. It was $5,000 a pop. But 2 contracts? With a play like that, I'm easily going 15 contracts, bro. I got 80,000, 60,000, 100,000. Bro, I got, and I'm not saying, and please don't take this as a flex. I'm saying it as a, bro, like I see the play, but I know I'm just down. I got $10,000 in that play. I haven't had only $10,000 in that play probably since, I don't know, 2021, 2022. Right? So it's just, once you see if your setup's working, if the setup is working, once you see 2, 3, 4 setups working, oh, okay, maybe the market turn it around a little bit. Your setup's not working, it's okay to sit back. And that don't make, and I want you to understand this, I want everybody listening to me to understand this. Listen to what I'm about to say right here. It does not make you a bad trader because you sit on the side. It does not make you a bad trader because you say, oh man, I won't wait to see some setups come in. It does not make you a bad trader because you say, oh, I hit the low. I got it at its lowest point. It does not make you a bad trader, y'all. So don't let the pressure of what you see on the gram or nothing like that put you in a position where you feel like you forced to put your hard-earned money in this machine and what you looking for ain't, man, it's okay to sit back. Guess what? Because here's what I do know. Once the market does turn and pop up, you're going to be there for a while. Whether it's 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, guess what? Whatever you lost, let's say you lost whatever in April of last year, you had from April to November to get it back. You had April, you had May, June, July, August, September, October, November. You had 7 months to get all that back. It's going to give you that. And then it ain't start falling. Even if you navigated until then, guess what? It started falling in January, February, March. Here we are. Let the market go through whatever it got to go through. It does not take nothing away from you. I promise you that, bro. Oh, man, you don't know how to trade the downside. So what? I don't have to. The market goes up 76% of the times. It goes down 26% of the time. Your setup and it don't necessarily mean you just throwing money in the market. You looking for a setup and you letting your setup run. I learned, I'm telling you know who shipped my mindset around there? Not somebody on Instagram, somebody that's won the World Trade Championship a couple times. Not one of them, not 2 of them, but 3 of them. And they all say the same thing. My setups work best in bull markets. So I made 89% of my money, 98% of my money, 95% of my money, all 3 of them. If you want to look at them, David Ryan, Mark Minervini, Larry Williams. 3 men that I've studied, multiple winners. Larry Williams, the biggest return of all time in history. So don't let nobody tell you, these are 3 men that are documented on paper. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. Don't let nobody tell you just because you don't do puts you in a real trader. No, you know what tell you a real trader? Go look at my money at the end of whatever. That's what it'll tell you. Stop living up to other people's expectations. And when you get in the market, it's you and you. Why the baking soda? Because that's where we cook stocks at. Why the scale? Because that's where we weigh stock, where our profits at. Nothing negative. That's where we cook the stocks at, and that's where we weigh the stocks at. That's why the baking soda got my logo on it. Ain't nothing negative. Right? But I want y'all to understand that, man. That's how you play this game. So let's go, man. All right, man. Certified Trapper of the Week, man. Reginald Lewis, one of my favorite men, man, was a pioneer American business lawyer and philanthropist who became the first African-American to build a billion-dollar company as the chairman and CEO of one of the most successful leveraged buyouts in history, turning the company to a global food and beverage conglomerate with annual sales exceeding $1.8 billion. Let's go.
My father was very driven from a very young age. When he was 9, he decided that he wanted to become the richest black man in America.
At Dunbar High School in Baltimore, Reginald Lewis was a 3-sport all-star athlete. He played football as a quarterback, basketball as a guard, and baseball as a shortstop. Between schoolwork, year-round sports, and part-time jobs, Lewis had little time left for play. As a teenager, he was already tough-minded and determined to succeed.
He had a newspaper route in this neighborhood where he delivered Afro-Americans. That mom took over for him one summer when she sent him to camp.
He went to summer camp, and for 2 weeks, I served and collected the money. And the first thing he said when he walked through the door, "Where's my money?"
Local paperboy, who became a Wall Street tycoon.
The thing that I admired about Reginald Lewis, he was a take charge kind of a guy.
Breaking racial barriers in the corporate world.
Reg Lewis, in many ways, was the Jackie Robinson of business.
He bought a global conglomerate, 64 companies across 31 countries.
No African American has done ever a big deal like that.
Reginald F. Lewis, pioneer.
Hey, big inspiration for me, man. Big inspiration for me, man. Big inspiration for me. When we talked in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I met his daughter and wife. Met his daughter and wife. And actually, one of our rooms in here will be called the Reginald Lewis room because of that. Pascal asked a question, can we get a digital whiteboard moment? So you're going to either give up charting with Trap, because the show already 3 hours. The show already 3 hours, so what we going to give up for that? All right, let's go a little further, man. Somebody said he did it for real, not milking. For sure, he did it for real. That's why he's one of the men I look up to. All right, Trump says Iran gifted the U.S. a very big present worth a tremendous amount of money related to oil and gas. Let's go.
They did something yesterday that was amazing, actually. They gave us a present, and the present arrived today. And it was a very big present worth a tremendous amount of money. And I'm not going to tell you what that present is, but it was a very significant prize. And they gave it to us, and they said they were going to give it. So that meant one thing to me: we're dealing with the right people. Is that nuclear related? No, it wasn't nuclear related. It was oil and gas related. And it was a very nice thing they did. But what it showed me is that we're dealing with the right people.
I can't do
it. It was a surprise. It was great. But
let's go a little further. All right, here's one, man. Vanguard is doing a stock split for a bunch of its largest ETFs. So I think you should know this. So Vanguard Growth ETF will split 6-1, VUG. Vanguard Mega Cap Growth ETF, MGK, will split 5-1. Vanguard Growth ETF VOOG was split 6-1, and Vanguard Mid-Cap ETF VO was split 4-1. Vanguard Information Tech VGT was split 8-1. The shares are expected to start trading at the new split advised adjusted price begins April 21st. Let's go a little further. I wanted to laugh at this one, I ain't gonna lie. Super Micro shares tank after employees charged with smuggling NVIDIA chips to China.
Supermicro having one of its worst days on record as employees are charged with smuggling chips into China. Christina Partsinevelos is here with the story. It's a wild one, Christina.
Yes, involving dummy servers, a hair dryer, and billions of dollars in NVIDIA chips headed to China. That is the alleged scheme federal prosecutors just laid out last night, charging 3 people tied to server maker Supermicro, including co-founder and board member Wallstreet, with conspiring to illegally divert AI servers to China in violation of U.S. export controls. Supermicro builds high-performance servers that include NVIDIA chips. The scheme supposedly ran from 2024 to 2025, routing servers through a Southeast Asian middleman, repackaging them in unmarked boxes that you can see on the left-hand side of your screen, and then shipping them to China. The defendants allegedly staged thousands of fake non-working servers in case auditors came knocking. What you're seeing on your screen now are those fake servers. They were also caught on surveillance camera using a hair dryer. You can see the woman in the holding a red hair dryer on the right side of your screen to swap labels and serial numbers. $510 million worth of servers were diverted in a single 6-week window just last spring. NVIDIA is not accused of any wrongdoing here. The company says unlawful diversion of its chips is a, quote, losing proposition. Supermicro, on the other hand, says it's not named as a defendant in this, calling the conduct a contravention of its own policies. 2 employees have been placed on leave. The contractor has been terminated. 2 of those employees are also arrested. One is at large, a fugitive. But analysts just aren't letting Supermicro off the hook easily, and neither are investors, pointing to the company's 2018 delisting over accounting issues, as well as EY's surprise resignation as auditor back in 2024. Raymond James calling it, quote, a bad look, and Bernstein asks if they need to, quote, add a smuggling line to our Supermicro revenue build. The question now, though, is how deep the compliance failures go and whether current CEO Charles Liang, that you can see just hugging Jensen Huang a few days ago at GTC, and he's known for closely managing his business, how much he knew more than the company is letting on. Supermicro shares are down roughly 28% this morning. Dell, the most direct competitor in AI servers, as you can see, is up about 5%, with analysts flagging it as the most immediate beneficiary of Supermicro's customer relationships take a hit, guys.
Hey, bruh. Them NVIDIA chips is hot. The boy said, now here's the crazy part. You know what? I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to just say that $500 and something million, ain't no employees got that kind of money. That's why I work for you. I'm going to leave that at that. I don't go about my business. But China cold-blooded. Just say that. China cold-blooded. Don't for a minute think that. On to the next. Let's go with our movie. Let's go next, man. All right. Hey, Trap, my mom wants to retire in the next 12 months and is watching her 401k take a decline. What mutual funds or bonds would you suggest her to move to? Keep what she has as safe as possible until retirement. So first things first, thank you, Queen Amber Anderson. 1, I would not suggest mutual funds or bonds at all. If you want to be safe right now, just in this market, I wouldn't say shift to mutual funds or bonds. What I would say right now is the market is declining. Again, I don't know what she has her money inside of her 401k, so it would be hard for me to say what to move to or what not move to. I can't say that at all. I can't give that. What I will say is I would go look at what she is investing in right now. I would go look at what fund she's in. I would look at what stock she's in. Those are the things important. I think the safest thing to do right now is honestly chill. I think that's the best thing to do right now is chill. The entire market right now is, on a downward turn, but you will come out of this turn, right? I would just say chill. I will go analyze what she's in. I will go, again, because you're watching this, you understand like what are some good ETFs, what are some good, I wouldn't say mutual funds or bonds, but I would definitely look at some ETFs, some index funds with Vanguard that sticks with that. I wouldn't really be looking for individual stocks. But that would be the biggest thing I was looked at. I was look at not really trying to move right now. A lot of times we try to avoid the pain right now, move around, avoid the pain right now because this is going on in the market, this, that, and the other. I think the biggest key right now is to just sit still and it will all bounce back, right? What I will say is I would make sure she has some cash on the side. And if she's in some quality names, this would be a good time to buy some of those names in percentage-based increments, meaning 5% here, 10% here, 10% there. Again, I can't say because I don't know exactly what she's in, right? But I would be cool with just trying to move and trying to scramble right now to save it. Know that the 401k will bounce back, but a great thing to do is average down. So now you don't need it to come all the way back to regular price to see money. You can average down right now in some and bring the cost basis down. Again, the key to that is looking at exactly what she's invested in. Because if you already in mutual funds and some other stuff, then you may not be in the best of stocks at the moment. That's what I will say. And let's go a little further. All right, so we'll end it with something like this, man. So United States Senate is considering ban on sport bets and predictive markets. So, think about Coinbase, Polymarket, Kalshi, and Robinhood. And I just think, bro, like, I think as more people try to learn how to, I think they've figured out that people they've gamified everything. They've made everything about a bet. And I think that's hurting a lot of people, man. Like, you just bet on anything. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that helps the everyday person. I think it hurts the everyday person. Because when people get into buying, what do they try to do? They try to make money fast. And I've said this since the beginning. I was like, man, this not gonna end well. This not gonna end well. 24-hour market's not gonna end well. That's gonna have a lot more people in poverty. And that's not good. When you put people in situations where so-called predictive market is gambling, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's gambling, especially when you got stuff like you gambling on who gonna get elected. You gambling on interest rates. Like anything. I just don't think it's a good. I just don't think I don't like it. I've never liked it. I just think it's really bad. And then what happens is they just add more and 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 more. Watch, I'm gonna go on here right now. Like, let me just get on here right quick. Right? You can go to, let's see, predictive markets. So college football, college basketball, golf masters, basketball, men's pro basketball. Then there's 34 events that you can look at, right? So cricket, economics. Look at this. You can bet on the Fed interest rates. You can bet on that on the 29th of April, on July, on April. You can bet on that. That's not cool. Gas prices. You can bet on the gas prices. Gas prices in the U.S. in March 26 above $4.10, above $4, above $3.09. Why is this? Why? Why is this what we can bet on? Why? Indicators. Inflation. You can bet. Why we can bet? Why people can bet on inflation? Above 3.4%, above 3.3. Why is this something that we can bet on? Right?
I didn't even know they had all that.
Yeah, Bank of China. Why? Macroeconomics. Will there be a recession this year? 36 cents a contract. By January, will credit rates be capped this year? Why is this something that we can, why? Energy, right? How high will oil go? Will it go above 130? Will it go above 120, 125 or above? Up 120 or above? Like, why? Why? Electronics. Let's see. Texas Republican state nominee. You can bet on John or Ken Paxton. You can be on all the elections you can bet on. Right, for the midterms, entertainment. Who will successfully take over Warner Brothers? Paramount, Netflix? Like, why we can bet on this? Why? Will the S&P close at 2600 in 2026? 7,400 to 50? Like, what are we doing? $3,200 events that you can bet on, bro. First class ticket to the pool house. And no way out. Somebody said at the same time, why not? Well, because. And it's simply because of Americans already, so it's like putting candy in. You know who do this the most? You know who do this the most? People who already struggling financially. That's why. That's why. Because you're not going to have, the only people in high positions that's going to bet on this is people that already know the outcome. That's the people who going to kill it, but the people who going to get hurt the most is the people who are searching and striving, trying to get. You can say, well, Trap, they should know better. Man, we all should know better about a lot of stuff. But when you're in survival mode, you're doing anything you can. It's just like somebody, once you get started, the ball keep getting bigger and 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 bigger. You can't get out. It's going to hurt way more people than at home. That's why Robinhood is this. That's why it's built like a game. It's gamified. It's gamified. And yeah, the people who got the insider information, they gonna knock it out the park. I ain't mad at that. I'm worried about us. We don't got the inside information. So we don't have the leverage in the game. And when you in survival mode, bro, you just trying to find a way out and you hoping and praying that something go right. You can't make a trip to Vegas, but guess what? It's right on your phone. I don't got to go get a hotel and a flight. I can just go right on my phone. It's gamified. They make it easy for me to understand everything. And remember, all the interface, the interface on Robinhood was designed to be gamified. And that's why Coinbase follows suit. Polymarket follows suit. Kala follows suit. Gamification. That way you don't feel like you're really betting. So I just won't put that out there, man. Somebody say everybody got a vice. I'd rather go to parlay than a strip club. That's not for me to debate on. I'm just saying this right here gonna send more poor people poor. It's the same reason why people used to play the numbers back in Malcolm X them days. You know who played the numbers the most? The poor people. You know who played the lottery the most? Poor people. You know who go to casinos the most? Poor people. That's who do it. That's who do it. So this ain't designed to make the rich richer. This is designed to make the poor poor. Because guess what? As much as we on this show and all the other shows that talk about stocks, guess what? You may think it's a lot, but that's a small, Bro, it's a small community. I'm gonna tell you how chosen we are and how we don't seem, it seemed like everybody in the world trading. It seemed like everybody trading, but I promise you, if you look at the whole population, it's a small number of people that's trading this market, y'all. It seemed like that because we all follow the same pages and we all be in the same communities. We all kind of one way connected. Your algorithm is set one way or another. But I promise you, it's a small group of us that's in this game. It ain't nothing but an illusion of hope. Them poly markets and stuff, bro. It ain't that many of us, I promise y'all. It just look like it because you in the bubble. But if you really check that out, if you really locked into it, you'll see, like, damn, that's why community is so important. Because guess what? For every one of you, it's 10 of your people that don't know a damn thing about the stock market and don't want to mess with it. For every one of you, it's 10 more like you and around you that don't have no idea what the stock market is, won't mess with the stock market and refuse to play with it. It's a small community. That's why being in community is so important, so that you not round, so you can be like, hey, but at least I'm over here. But once you start talking about betting and all, everybody know how to bet. Shit, I wanted to bet on a Canelo and Blood fight, and I realized I couldn't go to Vegas, and I put the $8 grand on Robinhood, and they let me bet, and I won. I was like, damn. I tried to go on DraftKings. They were like, yo, you can't do that in Georgia. I went right on Robinhood and went right through. I was like, damn. Access. Then I started saying, damn, you can bet on a field goal. I'm like, oh, they going crazy. So, man, again, that illusion of hope, y'all. It's a reason why they put it in front of your face. Because if I put it there, it's like somebody on a diet. Right? If I put that donut in front of you, if I put it there long enough, guess what you're going to do? If I put it there long enough, man, let me just lick it. Smell it. Let me just taste a little. It ain't gonna hurt. Let me just take a little piece off the side. Let me just take it. Anyway. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm not gonna stay on here long, but like, these people are, I'm gonna say this, yo, and as smart as you think you are, imagine a whole unit of people working on how to get you addicted to something. Imagine the man, I looked at the interview of the dude that made the ding on the Gmail, and the goal behind Google when Gmail first came out was to trigger you, to make you wired to have to answer that. And then somebody copied it, and that's why they start giving us notifications on our phone when our text messages went off. So it started with the email. And once they realized the whole thing what took so long with the email was the goal was to keep you in the email. So now you went to get notifications. And the next person went, hey, if they could do it with the email, guess what we could do it with? Text message. And then the next person said, hey, if we could do it with text message, guess what we could do it with? Social media. And then they went a little further and say push notifications. So now every time you trying to be intentional about reading or praying, or I'm going to take my morning to be silent, every time you get a notification on your phone, it disrupts what you got going on. And you have the urge to want to answer. That's by design. That's by design. You are in an attention economy. And so they go out their way. They go get people that really understand how the human brain work, which is why they call it the death scroll. You get on social media and you can scroll for 2 hours and you realize, damn, I've been on here 2 hours. What? That done turned to 4 hours. Damn, I done wasted my goddamn day. That's by design. That interface is by design. They get people that scientifically understand how human psychology works, and they study you more than you know you. That's by design, y'all. Same way like this is, yo. It's by design. And so you gotta take your power back. You gotta take your power back. I literally got my phone on the real, like my screen down time is down. Matt, me and my friend Donnie, I was like, hey, yo, like we set our screen time is 1 hour of media a day. That's it. If I'm not in the Patreon, I'm good. Not in the Patreon, I make my posts on Twitter. Only time I really get on the media now is for Trappin Tuesdays when I'm doing a lot of research, or when I'm making a post and I give myself my first 10 minutes. After I make the post, I got 10 minutes to do what I gotta do, I'm good. Because I can be using that time to read a book. I can be using that time to study. I can be using that time to figure out how to build my brand better, how to create better content, how to read, how to be a better father, how to connect with God a little bit more, how to communicate a little more. There's so much time we can be using to develop ourselves. But guess what? The reason why another generation about to come up and won't be able to think their way out of a brown paper bag is because they're going to use AI to answer every question they know on a test. It's because they're going to go to social media for everything they know how to do, and they're going to lose them brain cells. And they're not going to know how to use them. Not realizing the real computer is right here. Not realizing there's a reason why you come up with ideas. There's a reason why you be so motivated about stuff. But there's another reason why so many people are stressed. There's another reason why so many people can't have fresh ideas. There's so many reasons why people don't know how to communicate. It's because they hear. You're a cyborg. Turn that damn screen off 1 hour before you go to sleep. Read a book. Read the word. Pray. Meditate. No podcast for, I'm looking at a podcast. Go read a book for that hour. Give your brain a relax. Give your brain some time to rewire and give your brain actually, like, you can watch a podcast, but you can't read for 20 minutes. Give your brain a break. Train yourself to start learning. That's why I love people. I got 50 Audible books on my phone. I promise you I can't read them. I can't listen to them. I go get the book. I'll be like, I'm stop wasting my money on Amazon because I'm not gonna listen to them. I'm gonna just go read the book. I like reading the books. So let's take this time to do that, man. Listen, man, another phenomenal episode of Trappin Tuesday, man. Trappin Tuesday, episode 186, man. Listen, get your merch. We got Trap apparel. Get that. Make George earn some of this money that I'm paying him, y'all. Get that. Also, man, go to Spotify, Apple Pay, listen to the show. Let's go download it. Also, go check out, we got a video we just dropped, right? We got a video on the other channel that we dropped. We just dropped it. Amazing video. It's just dropped, right? Damn, you should have told me, man. All right, yep, so go check that video we just dropped at 9 o'clock. Go check that out, man, go do that. Also, what we missing, y'all? Make your Profit Mastery, go check that out if you're interested in that. Come join the Patreon for sure, man. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trappin, man. I love y'all, I appreciate y'all. I am out. Salute. Bro, all right,